All right, and we're live here once again at In Your Head Wrestling Radio. I am the internet icon, the pride of the pilgrims, the most honest man in all of podcasting, Hollywood, Jackie Jones, along with my right-hand man, my audio soulmate, and the enforcer of the Headyverse.
1 inch biceps, the power goat. I'm the man who tells you what to do. I'm the king of all the marks. And you have a nice shirt on there, Jackie Jones.
Yeah.
We saw the return of Britt Baker, but you've already talked about it because you did a show after the pay-per-view.
That's all right. So what did you think of the show? But I was very happy to see Britt Baker back. I'm a big fan, and I think that is the money match that I've been saying it before she came back, and she got a superstar reaction. That was cool.
Coast wants you to say
Monet's getting the superstar heel reaction, which is good, I think.
Coast wants you to say the pride of the pilgrims.
The pride of the pilgrims. How's that? How's that, Coast? Coast in your head. Yeah! One of the producers here. Coast in your head. I have to change that on the screen. Brian Matthew Clutter, Josh Richards, El Santos World. Hit the like button. Subscribe. Help support the show. Join the Headyverse. Venmo Headyverse. Do it up!
But Jackie Jones, I thought it was tremendous, that match. That what's her name? Jessica Valkyrie or
Vacker, I believe.
Valker. It's Stephanie Valker. She made a star of herself because her performance was off the charts.
And a great look.
Great look.
Yeah, it's my first time seeing her wrestle. A big fan.
And if you're all willy-nilly and going, oh, I don't want to watch it because some podcaster says that the AEW is not good, you missed out.
Yeah,
you missed out.
Show.
It's a great show. I enjoyed it thoroughly. That match was off the charts, I thought. And it was interesting to see the reaction that,
I think Monet excels as a heel. I think it fits her character better. And I think she actually works better when they're booing her because I thought she actually kind of fed off it. Some people don't, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And because she got the little smile on her face. And I just really think it fits the character better.
Yeah, for sure. So I hope that's the way they're going. I mean, because she did beat Willow Nightingale and everybody loves Willow Nightingale. So, but yeah, I'm going to say Tony Khan. I know this lady, Stephanie Valkyrie. She is a CMLL lady, but just do what you got to do.
I agree.
Steal her.
Bring her in.
Steal her.
A great presence to her. Comes off like a star. Great wrestler. Yeah, all around package and a great posterior. But yeah, no, she's great. I honestly don't think there's a bad match on the show. There was matches that were better than other stuff, but there was nothing I sat through thinking, oh man, this stinks. I honestly thought everything was really good.
Yeah. I know some people said that they thought Naito's match wasn't that great with Jon Moxley. They thought it was kind of out there. Brian Alvarez and Mike Sempervive, I believe, is his name.
Yeah, I thought the finish was a little there was like miscommunication there, but I thought besides that the match was good.
Yeah. The main event was great. I liked it.
Yeah, I think that might have been Swerve's best match ever.
Really good. We didn't know what the outcome would have been on that one, and
that was something I heard Alvarez was saying that like you knew the outcome or Brian Alvarez.
Oh no, that wasn't it. I thought there was. He said something that kind of spoiled it, like that. If
that one would, I just disagree with that. I think going in, no one was saying because we said it weeks and weeks. Like that's what
I think what I'm thinking of is the Naito match that Alvarez said that.
Yeah, I didn't know.
He Tony Khan about if John Moxley were to win the match, and he said it kind of took Tony Khan back, and like he didn't know how to answer it, and he thought, "Oh shit, I just kind of spoiled that match."
Yeah, well,
Review before.
I mean, you'd have to really have been listening to them then.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
but yeah, I just made a mistake. I just wanted to correct myself.
But
there.
yeah, they said that when I listened to Brian and Dave, they said the whole show you knew going in who would win every match, and I don't think this. I remember people talking about like who was going to win Swerve and Osprey. Like,
yeah, we were
because there's reasons, and I think even they were because they were confused about putting the belt so early on Osprey.
Yeah, so and he didn't win it.
Yeah.
So I was confused whether who was going to win, and in a way, I mean, do you think it hurts Osprey? I mean, that he lost?
No, maybe on paper I would have said yes, but watching the match, definitely not. I think both guys came out big, and it really helped elevate Swerve. I think a loss for Swerve probably would have hurt him, but he came off. He came off the best he has since being champ, not just as a match, but I think as a star. And I don't think Osprey winning a big match like that, especially with a little bit of shenanigans, I don't think that hurts him.
It's a funny match to try to pull off anyhow, a face versus face.
Yeah, they did it though. Yeah,
but they did do it. It was good stuff.
Like a 6-hour show, and the crowd was jacked for the main event. You know, people will say like, you know, you can't do these long shows because you kill the crowd, but I think this show is proof of that didn't happen because they were really into the main event.
Yeah, JR was putting that over. He was like, these fans have been here a long time, but this shows their enthusiasm for AEW.
I thought it was Jim Ross's best performance in a long time too.
Can't say Taz though.
No, I thought he was probably the worst part of the whole show. I thought his commentary is especially bad.
Didn't he even say at one point, he was like, well, it's all a work anyhow, brother.
He may have. I don't know. I remember him laughing at stuff that like you weren't laughing about.
When they were trying to call Zack Sabre Jr. the UK suplex machine or something, and he's like, yeah, he said like they said something, and then he just kind of said like, oh well, it's all a work anyhow, brother, or something like that. If I remember correctly, I may have misheard it, but
he really takes that stuff serious because he was mad about who's that woman who's married? I think she's married to Gresham, and she's in TNA, and she does matches in NXT.
Oh, that's Jordan Grace.
Yeah, she quoted him on Twitter, and he got all butthurt about it.
Oh, really?
She did the survive if I let you line, and clearly she was quoting him, and he got like really mad, and she's like, oh, well, I'll note not to quote one of the wrestlers that like motivated him to be a wrestler. And then he went on this big long thing about how people have ripped him off in the past. And I was like, whatever, dude. You should be happy. Like a pretty big star with buzz today, like would say like they were influenced or inspired by you to be a wrestler.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of weird.
Yeah, there was some great for anyone who tries to tell me Orange Cassidy's a bad wrestler, like you might not like the gimmick, but I just think you're being dishonest if you say he's a bad wrestler. I mean, he has great matches. His match with Zack Sabre Jr. is one of the best matches on the show.
See, I would have kind of suspected Orange Cassidy to win that one, but he didn't.
I agree. That's why I was really confused by them saying you knew who was going to win every match.
Yeah, I don't think it was predictable, especially the main event. I was really, it was up in the air for me.
Yeah, that's what made that part of it what made so interesting because it's like doing this match so soon. You didn't know there was reasons for neither guy to lose, so it was interesting to do that.
I guess there was heel elements in the match though, because Don Callis got involved and he was trying to hand Will the screwdriver and stuff, and
Nana got a huge flop when he pushed
Don Callis.
Yeah, that was cool.
It was great stuff. But overall, I thought the pay-per-view was really rock solid and great stuff. So
I had a great time. I saw people bitching before it even started. They were like, because people do get brainwashed by WWE because they're saying like, you should only have 5 or 6 matches on a show. And it's like there's a couple things there. It's like there is a different of an audience because AEW fans, for the most part, are more into wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
So you give them more in-ring wrestling. Pay-per-views are built around in-ring wrestling. And you also have to remember that WWE PLEs are not free, but they're a couple dollars, a few dollars a month for everything. Where these AEW pay-per-views are $50. So would I be that enthralled in buying a $50 pay-per-view to get 5 matches that aren't going to be very long or anything? Probably not. But anytime I get the AEW pay-per-views, I know going in I'm going to get my money's worth because I'm a fan of the product. So it totally works for me. And I don't really get if you don't like AEW and you don't like there's a lot of fans who don't like the wrestling itself, like they don't want to see matches, which I'd find odd to begin with, but whatever, if that's your prerogative. I don't know why you would watch an AEW pay-per-view because that's what it's going to be. It's going to be, you're not going to have a pay-per-view and it's going to be a bunch of promos. You know what I mean? It's going to be the culmination of the feuds and matches.
Yeah. And even WWE, a lot of their stuff is mainly matches. I mean, they do some entertainment spots.
Yeah, a pay-per-view in general is always going to be matches.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's pretty much what people expect.
Anytime it hasn't been, like maybe during the Attitude Era, they might have did a couple like shenanigan things, but they usually have been seen as really in a real negative light. I remember even when they did a couple angles on the AEW show and on a pay-per-view, like when they had MJF get hurt and then he came out later in the thing, which I thought was cool. I remember people being really negative on that. Like they didn't want any, it is weird because like there are people that will be mad no matter what happens. Like if they do one thing, they'll hate it. If they do something else, they'll hate it. But again, like why would you and I saw these people commenting live in our thing. So they're watching it live. So they can't tell me, oh, I skipped through it later on. And because you're commenting live. So why would you sit and watch a 6-hour show that either you paid $50 to watch it, or the most likely they probably, pirated it, but you could just do something else. It's very, very bizarre to me.
We got Juan Alarcon. How do you say that?
Juan Alarcon. I don't know.
Alarcon. He says, damn. I remember listening to your wrestling interviews while playing Call of Duty in the late 2000s. That's right, Juan. We are old. We are old, and we are outstaying our welcome until you're sick of us.
I was 12 when we started the show.
I was like 5.
Intro was like 6.
Yeah.
And Barbie was just some splooge. But I hope you're enjoying the show, Juan Coast. We got Steven in here. I know I probably should have announced the show a little sooner. But anyway, I appreciate everyone here. And don't forget, every Tuesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, come and join us. And every once in a while, we'll do a show a different day. But usually it's Tuesdays at 9.
Yeah.
The website is currently down, iwatchwrestling.com, but it will be back up.
What happened?
GoDaddy is sucks, basically. So
GoDaddy is a no-go.
I'm moving it to another...
Daddy's not going anymore.
Yeah, it's done nothing but giving me grief for the last several years. So.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Yeah. So, anything else on the show you wanted to mention? I thought
the ladder match that they had for to see who was the new TNT champion, or it was the TNT champion. Do they have a male TNT champion?
No, it's the TNT champion is the men's, and then TNA. I mean,
TBS
is the women's.
Okay. My bad. But I thought that match was crazy. Like a lot of the stuff they were doing in that.
Yeah,
really good stuff. Mark Briscoe, he's so entertaining.
I really wish I'm glad they have been using him more, honestly, but I would like to see I mean, I think he would. I'd love to see him get a singles title run.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I think the crowd would go
Definitely.
insane.
The scapegoat, Jack Perry, he won that match. And,
Yeah, I'm a fan too. I saw some people were mad about that, but it's like there's nothing wrong with building a guy up into a title win. I mean,
mhm. And the fans are calling for it. They wanted real glass. So I think we got to have a match, the real glass match. That needs to be like a new thing.
the
It
Cry
could
Me a
be
River
fake
match.
glass too.
Yeah.
I mean, just say it's real glass. I don't care.
Do you think Punk came running in when they used glass on WWE on Ricochet a few weeks ago?
He was like, no, this can't happen.
Or did he just sit at home and be a biatch?
Do you think he came in? He said, "We don't do that here on Monday Night Raw."
He got into Breaker's face.
Mm-hmm.
Got into Braun Breaker's face. Started trying
And
to
then
choke him
Braun
out.
Breaker broke. He's like, "Oh, I'm Braun Breaker. I want to break. Braun Breaker, break, break
that
CM."
ass.
Like he puts it together. He's like, "Want to break? Want to break CM? Want to break CM Punk?" And then he, once he's done doing the breaker math, he breaks CM Punk.
I gotcha.
Yeah. What a lame name. Why do they gotta call him Braun Breaker?
I'm
Call
a
him
big
Steiner.
I am a big fan, but the name is rotten. The name is rotten.
Call him Steiner. Why is that such a bad thing? Why does WWE hate doing that?
I don't know, and
they bring it up all the time. This is Rick Steiner's son. Okay, then just call him Steiner. We know his name's not Breaker.
Yeah, I don't really get it. And they're always against using like multiple names in the same company. Like they make people always so there's not two Steves or whatever. But they even have already had a Braun Strowman, so that's an odd one to have two of Braun.
Mm-hmm. So they had back in the days, they had Austin and Booker T in the supermarket fight. I want Braun Breaker and Ricochet in the China store fight where they have like the China, the fine China, and then Breaker breaks it. And then they'll say you break it, you got to buy it.
No, I see.
Yeah. But he likes breaking, so he can't stop breaking.
Break into Electric Boogaloo.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You remember that movie?
No, I've always heard about it. Normally Jericho brings up lines from it. That was one thing they told Chris Jericho to retire. They're really sour on Jericho anymore.
Yeah, but I think he kind of wins I think by the end of the match there. I think he really plays into it, which works.
Mm-hmm.
There was last week I thought it was very clever because Cody Rhodes did an interview where he said anytime an old guy out of character, he said anytime an older guy says I'm just here for the young guys, it's a red flag to him because it means they're really not for the young guys. And then Jericho on his promo on Dynamite said, "I'm just here for the young guys." I was like, "That's pretty awesome." And I know it's super inside. People can say, "Oh, only like the insiders know," but it was pretty great.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
And I don't care what anyone says. I'm a fan of I am a big fan of the Learning Tree.
Do you like that Jeff Cobb joined them?
Yeah, I'm a big Jeff Cobb fan. I don't think he'll be there all the time, but I'm a big fan of Jeff Cobb, really talented guy. It was awesome seeing him in the ring with Joe.
Yeah, that was pretty cool face off.
I'd like to see more of that down the road. Bill deserves a lot of credit. He's really in amazing shape and has improved so much, I think, getting his character out there and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Do you like that Joe and Hook are palling around now and they have like
I like
they're
that
almost
group a lot.
They're almost like Pulp Fiction hitmen, like they're discussing like what they're
Yeah.
going to do,
And then
or just like mundane things that really doesn't have to do with what the violence that they're about to unleash.
No, I think that group is really fun to watch where they just kick ass, and then you got Shibata there, and Shibata's actually showing some personality with them. I like this 3. I think you could have them going for the trios belt.
Juan here in the chat room, he's a good man. He says, I'm old too, no worries. Don't pronounce my last name. Not even Hispanics can pronounce it.
Alacron. That's like a French pronunciation. Alacron.
Alacron.
Yeah.
Alacron.
Steven Butlar. If when Braun Breaker wins the title, I hope he grabs a mic and says, "My name is Steiner."
Then starts singing Steiner line.
Yeah, you can't be like start singing Breaker line.
Breaker. I don't know what it's a good song, Breaker.
Breaker 19.
Yeah, there you go. That's not good.
All right, so I do have a couple things here, not wrestling related, but if you would like to see them enter, this just came out today. This is the music video to my next produced film that is actually out right now. You can rent it, and that is Psycho Ape 2. You want to see the music video?
Let's see it. I want to see it.
I am so invested in finding this creature that I have written a rap about it.
Who's the ape that broke out of the zoo? Dr. Zoomis watching everything he do.
Hey, yo, that's Psycho Ape.
Who's the primate that'll murder your crew? Take your hand and stab a banana right through.
Hey, yo, that's Psycho Ape.
And who's the chick that was all on his dick on some straight up bestiality shit?
Nancy Banana.
And who's that wannabe Jane Goodall? Wife to buy an ape, not appalled at all.
Nancy Banana.
And who's that doctor that just won't die? Always close by like a private eye.
Dr. Zoomis.
Who's the male psycho ape in the can? Dressed up like he's on safari in Pakistan. It's always asshole news, no matter what channel's on. I feel for the guy who died after being violently shat upon. Psycho ape, turn the body count up till the break of dawn. Dr. Zoomis was so obsessed that he wrote this song. Go crazy, go bananas, go psycho ape. He broke out of prison just to see your fate. Go crazy, go bananas, go psycho ape. Nancy gonna cheer him on while he eats your face. Go crazy, go bananas, go psycho ape. Dr. Zoomis stay hating, trying to crack the case. Go crazy, go bananas, go psycho ape. Shot him like Harambe, climbing the Empire State. Go crazy, go bananas, go psycho ape. He broke out of prison just to see your fate. Go crazy, go bananas, go psycho ape. Nancy gonna cheer him on while he eats your face. Go crazy, go bananas, go psycho ape. Dr. Zoomis stay hating, trying to crack the case. Go crazy, go bananas, go psycho ape. Shot him like Harambe, climbing the Empire State.
Bloodthirsty. Bloodthirsty.
Psycho
Oh,
Ape
yeah.
2. You also might have saw Jibs the Clown in there, which is me. Did you see me dancing there too?
I didn't notice you.
Yeah, it was-
so you're the clown that's dancing.
I wasn't dressed as I was a clown in the couple scenes there, but I was dancing in the background there. Yeah,
Oh,
with a pink shirt on.
you're raising the roof.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah! Have
Pretty
to watch
rockin'.
that.
Yep. Psycho Ape 2. You can rent it right now. Blu-ray is coming
Yeah.
out soon. DVD.
When's the laser disc going to come out?
Well, I believe there's actually a limited edition VHS coming out.
Vic Chavone, he says that's a catchy song.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
It was fun filming that out in LA. We were dancing around in the park.
You ever going to move to LA?
Probably not.
Yeah,
It's fun to visit.
yeah.
Yeah. I don't think I'd want to live there.
I hear you.
I also have one more here, intro.
Yeah.
This is the trailer for the next movie I'm in pre-production for, Arbor Day.
Oh, Arbor Day.
Things you've read, the things you've learned, the things you know about Arbor Day lies.
Trees. Why did it have to be trees?
Steve, I need you to promise me no sap of an innocent tree will be spilled.
What the fuck?
Beware the trees of Arbor Day! Damn.
Oh. Oh.
Troy does his own stunts. Beware the trees of Arbor Day.
I figured that was a stunt man.
No, he does his own stunts.
Mm.
Powerhouse here. I made him do that
I know.
27 times. Like, take two.
Like, how many times do I got to do this?
And then I used take one anyway.
Mike B noticed you in the music
Yeah,
video.
yeah, there you go.
Jack, was that you in the hot pink?
Well, the thing is, any shirt I wear is going to be hot. Yeah. Usually they ask the shirt, was that the hot guy you were on? Yeah. Inch your nose.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Good man.
Thank you, Keith. So yeah, some good folks in that was me, Andrew Savory, Brian Ray, and Troy Jones. Oh, and Backwards Bob, playing himself, Backwards Bob. And in the feature, we'll also have some other folks involved: Joe Nibala, Bill Whedon, and Michael St. Michaels of the Greasy Strangler, and Ed Gwynn of Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So,
Excellent.
and some other folks I can't say at the moment, but it's gonna be a good time. Oh man, Mike B says I do have alternate lines. Maybe I should put up a PG version. I did have him do multiple lines there. This will be my first time directing. I directed that. So anyway, and sure we're excited. The actual movie will be filmed in 4K.
4K.
And there'll be a crowdfunder coming up soon if you guys would like to help cover the expenses. And there'll be a lot of cool perks. There's you'll be able to buy a cameo if you'd like to be in it.
Mm-hmm.
Producer credits. Used items from the movie.
That's pretty neat.
Yeah, it'd be fun. All right, intro. Should we take?
How much for the Arbor Day book?
No, I can't. I can't sell it. That is handmade by Troy. Made that. And it's made out of real wood, and it really opens. Pretty rocking. $5,000. Do it up, Incher. Venmo me $5,000 right now.
No, I can't do it. You never know. I mean, but you do have to use it for the production, though. That kind of adds to the specialness, the specialness for the book because it's film used.
Exactly. There will be I haven't even shown these yet, but I'll let this known right now. There will be film used amulets of the Cult of Arbor, which will be available as a perk. So you'll be able to get an actual amulet that is handmade by Troy that was used in the movie by the Cult of Arbor.
Sweet.
Oh, sweet.
Troy makes pretty cool stuff.
Yeah.
Amulets. Will he make me an omelet too?
Omelette du fromage. That's all you can say. That's all you can say. I'm sorry, Mike B. I will put out another version of that so you can show little Mikey B.
Mm-hmm. He's quite the artist himself. He made a In Your Head.
Yeah, it's rocking.
That was pretty awesome. I loved it. It is the best thing ever. Made my day. He even knew to put the king of all the marks and the pride of the pilgrim.
The pride of the pilgrim.
So,
yes, Coast got that reference. Yes, Dexter's Lab. I don't know if anyone would know what the hell I was talking about, but Coast got it.
Did you have any thoughts on Sika's passing?
Oh yeah, that's too bad. Obviously, former guest on the show. Yeah.
Roman Reigns' father,
Mm-hmm.
the head of the table previously,
Mm-hmm.
but now it is Roman Reigns. But yes.
All right. Yeah, that's very sad. They're the first Samoan guys that that I remember in wrestling.
Hmm.
And I was always like their heyday was before before I was a fan, but I remember seeing them once in a while. I would was it Sika who came back as a manager? Then I he wrestled a little bit, and we had him on the show. They also trained a lot of people, and obviously their family has gone on to do great things in wrestling. I think arguably one of. You could probably maybe even argue the most successful wrestling family. It's got to be up there, up there with the Harts.
Yeah.
Yeah, very sad. And they incorporated the wrestling, which I'm sure he probably would have liked, being, a lifetime wrestling guy. And people know I'm not a big WWE fan, but I have to admit that angle where they killed Paul Heyman was pretty friggin' awesome. Where the
on SmackDown.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, see that's why I've been a fan of Solo with this angle. Last week, the week before that, he said, "I hate to tell you this, wise man, but Roman's not coming back." And just the look on Paul's face. And then this week, where they just totally destroyed him and threw him through the announcer table.
Yeah, that was awesome. He's an older guy, a big guy. His facial expressions were just fantastic, and his face is getting red and his eyes look bloodshot and stuff, and to take that bump is pretty badass. And I was not at first I wasn't really into the idea of doing the Civil War of the family, but I like the idea that the young guys who don't respect the elders are running it. I like that. And then I think it, builds up to Roman Reigns coming back as a baby face. And who would ever think that Paul Heyman would get sympathy? And I think he does. And to have Roman Reigns come back and get revenge. I think Jacob Fatu is to me has more potential than Sikoa, whatever his name is. But I don't know. It's working. It's definitely working. And it's wild to see a storyline go on for so long and take so many twists and turns.
And I love the way that they booked it because Paul was telling him the week before that he felt like Jacob was too dangerous for the group. And then Solo lied to him and said, well, you said last week that he was too dangerous, so he's not on the I told him to stay home.
Mhm.
So, and then he shows up at the end, and Solo asked Paul Heyman to acknowledge him as the tribal chief, and Paul said he wasn't the tribal chief, and that's when everything went downhill for Paul Heyman. But it was great stuff. I thought that was really well done.
Yeah.
SmackDown seems
I-
to be the better show for WWE. I know we had the whole Chad Gable thing where he was shot in the head and everything.
Yeah.
And and then he just comes back and he has like a little thing on the side of his head, but they never really explained it, did they? Unless they did it this week.
No, I
haven't
think he
watched
just
this
came
week.
back the next week fine.
Yeah, he just had a little bandage, and he didn't want to talk about it. And then they had
Yeah,
the thing
he
with
just like is fine from like death.
and then they had the thing with Bo Dallas where he was talking about like his brother dying. He was having an interview with Uncle Howdy, like, and they're kind of going back and forth between each other. I think that's how they ended Raw the week before. But so I'm curious to see what they did, I guess. But does the Uncle Howdy stuff intrigue you at all?
No.
If Uncle Howdy wanted to be an Arbor Day, would you put him in there at all?
I mean, I guess it would make people watch, but I do not. I'm not a big fan.
Is that a no?
I really would not like to, you know.
Well, if Bo Dallas really wants to be in it, would you put just Bo Dallas?
I mean, maybe just as Bo Dallas.
Oh, well, what could he do as Bo Dallas? Just ask a tree if they leave, or
That would be good. If I can fit him in there, maybe we could get a cameo, or maybe we can get he'll be like getting a Whataburger with Steve, and then like all the old timers will get really pissed. Did you see this? So after their debut, they went out for Whataburger, and a fan got a picture with them. And then like Mark Henry's flipping out, and a lot of the old wrestlers are flipping out, and Bill Apter and fans. And look, let's be honest. Wouldn't it be way more cringe? Wouldn't you think these guys are more embarrassing if they showed up to Whataburger dressed as like a pig man and a rabbit, and we're talking to you in riddles? Would you really think, oh, wow, I'm so scared? Or would you think, whoa? And people always say like, like new fans and casual fans, they get turned off by something that's not deadly serious. It's like, if you're the casual fan, whatever, and these guys are acting like supernatural beings, like, you're not going to think, wow, this is cool. You're going to think these guys are like, like pretty lame.
I could just
think it's the
imagine. I could just imagine if I was blowing up the stall at Whataburger, and then I got done doing my business, and I walked out, and I saw Uncle Howdy standing there. I'd have to go right back into the stall and hit it again.
You might do the WV just out of fear.
But I've never had the Whataburger, and I've never met Bo Dallas or Uncle Howdy. And I guess it would be a pretty interesting thing if I met them all at once. But yeah, you can't go in Whataburger as Uncle Howdy. I mean, for one, like, do you think Whataburger would even let them in? Do they fit the dress code?
Yeah, if you go in there with like these like masks on, and you're like trying to kill folks and like stuff. I mean,
yeah, they might think that you're trying to rob the Whataburger.
Now look, Incher, we've had a couple of guests on this show, the Cuban Assassin and he came on the show and did the interview completely in character. Now, did that make you think, oh shit, this guy is, the greatest worker of all time? I'm totally convinced that he's an assassin from Cuba, and he's now, I believe, wrestling's real. Or did it have the opposite effect on you? Did you like, whoa?
It had the opposite effect on me.
Right.
I was kind of embarrassed to be there, and
Exactly.
I know you really enjoyed it, but
yeah, for the wrong reasons. That's like, would I enjoy it if I went to Whataburger and I saw the witch? She was crawling on the ground eating fries. I probably would, but not for the right reasons. I'd be like, oh my God, what a bunch of idiots. But and I think the proof of all this is that these people are even saying it. Because think about this, Intra. How can Mark Henry even tell people that this is wrong unless it's totally fine? Because he's telling you out of character already that what we already know, that they're not really these evil people. So he himself would be guilty of whatever hell he's mad about.
yeah.
And him saying that, every single person listening to him knows what he means. There's no one listening to him and think, oh shit, they're not really, the Wyatts are not really supernatural, the devil folks.
Yeah.
Everyone knows what he's saying. So that just proves what he's saying is outdated.
The cat's out of the bag. I mean,
Yes.
you can't put it back in. I mean, that's just
No.
Mikey B says, I get really mad when I see a shoe salesman at a restaurant and he's eating his dinner instead of measuring my feet because that means he doesn't respect the shoe business.
That's true.
You gotta respect the shoe business. There was a new shoe that was released the other day. It was a Brody King shoe.
Yeah, I like that one. That looks good.
Former member of the Wyatt crew.
Yeah.
And yeah. It looks pretty nice. I like it.
If you saw Billy Bob Thornton like at the carnival or something, would you want him to walk up to you and just talk, saying like, some people call it a Kaiser blade?
Some people call it a Kaiser blade. I call it. Or no, he says
some people call it a sling blade. I call it a Kaiser blade.
Yeah.
It's right reversal. We start telling you about putting mustard on your French fried potatoes.
Reckon you can make me some biscuits.
Now, would you think, oh man, this guy's a great actor? And you'd be like, oh my God, what the fuck is wrong with this dude?
Let's say. I say, why aren't you Bad Santa?
Plus, if they already weren't smart to wrestle, they wouldn't even know who they were to begin with because they weren't dressed up.
That's true. They got masks on.
Yeah. Do I want back, I guess the missing link, like back in the day, had to walk around like he was, insane. That's why he had to have a manager and stuff. Got like him and Abdul the Butcher and stuff.
And they revealed it on Raw even because Uncle Howdy was like interviewing Bo Dallas as like, so it's like it's already out of the bag that it's Bo Dallas. I mean,
get with the times. You do a podcast that exposes the business every week, Mark Henry. So if you're pissed about this, you should be pissed at yourself and drive yourself out of the business.
You need to look at the man in the mirror. And you need to tell him to change his ways. Yeah.
Agreed. That could be possible. Mark Henry wants Dookie in his patty melt instead of
so Mark Henry takes to the show and he's just like,
yeah, he's got to stay in character. and someone puts shit in his food, he just eats it because that's what people assume that he does. Or does he go to the restaurants and start hitting on old ladies?
A sexual chocolate.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Pregnates him with a hand.
Or is he just standing around and go, can we help you, sir? It's time for the main event.
It's time for you to take my order. Do you think, like, when somebody's having a conversation with him, he's like, seems like there's been enough talk.
Now, do you think, speaking of like gimmicks and real life and stuff, could Tony Atlas get another run using his real life love of white ladies' feet and use that as a shoot gimmick? Could that lead to one big run for Tony Atlas in 2024?
The foot
fetish,
the
king.
foot famine,
Mhm.
the foot lover.
Yep. We can finally see. We've been wanting to see it. Tony Atlas for CM Punk. They had their feud back in the new ECW. We can finally see it come to fruition.
Maybe they should just make another Ninja Turtles movie and make Tony Atlas the head of the Foot Clan.
CM Punk walks in and AJ Lee's walking on Tony Atlas's face. Like,
that would destroy him.
Yeah.
That would destroy him.
Man. With real glass, even add insult to injury.
It's real glass, CM Punk.
Do you think we could get Tony? Has he done interviews about this, like to really get into like the depth of his foot fetish?
I think he has talked about it. Yeah. I think he's talked about it pretty extensively. I know he talked about it with Dan, and then they had a falling out. Now Dan's not even alive.
Yeah, Dan Malati of the
Dan
Boston
Mahoney.
Wrestling Federation. He not treat the legend good.
You think him and Iron Sheik are going at it up in the sky?
Maybe. If there's a wrestling heaven, I'm sure they got a hell of a match. How's that for a tune?
It's pretty good. I like it. I like it.
I like it too. All right, Inchman. Should we try to take some callers?
Take some callers, see what's on their minds, answer some questions.
Exactly. So
I think that's a plan.
Yeah. Tomorrow I'm interviewing some folks for Without Your Head. And then we also, in the coming weeks, we will be having Ahmed Johnson on the show.
Does actors ever ask you for money for interviews?
Only a handful of times. I said no, but it was
really. I was expecting a no to that answer.
Only two, I think, 2 people ever.
Really?
And they were both from Star Wars.
Both from Star
It
Wars.
was God, who's the guy who I'm gonna look up the names. Who is the guy he played? The one is a fairly not necessarily like a known name, but at least he did something. But who played not the voice, but who played Darth Vader in the original movies?
David Prowse.
David Prowse. So I tried to get David Prowse on, and he wanted money. And I said, "Oh,
you know, he's also in Clockwork Orange."
Yes.
Yes. Okay. I
So,
can't tell you nothing.
Trying to find the other guy's name because he is not a name people will know.
Was it?
Might even be hard for me to even find him.
Was it Hans Guberman?
No,
it wasn't. Him.
It was Michael Carter.
Oh, Michael Carter. Yeah.
He played Bib Fortuna.
Bib Fortuna?
Yeah, he was like the right hand man to Jabba the Hutt, the guy with like the
the big thing around.
Yeah, and so he also played in the movie The Keep. So I was like, oh, this is kind of an interesting guy. You know, he's because we were doing Behind the Monsters series, and it was like guys who had played monsters in several movies. So I thought, oh, this would be a fitting guy. we had some cool people on the show for that month, and he wanted paid, and I was like, I don't think I'm going to pay for Bib Fortuna interview. Nothing against. I mean, it's cool, but I think the Star Wars folks are just used to getting the big bucks at all these conventions.
Star Wars bucks. Yeah.
All right.
We paid Mikey B to be on the show tonight.
Maccabee.
Big money.
A Maccabee. A Maccabee. Yeah. A Maccabee. A Maccabee. Yeah.
That's actually become a thing in my family now, that my whole family sings that to me because they've heard you do it so much.
I love it. That's fantastic.
I have, if I may, I have a special guest here. I've been wanting to do this for a while. So that's
That's Elmo.
Hello.
Hello.
How's it going?
Good.
Very good.
We loved your art project that you
Thank
did.
you.
Yeah, that's great. That's fantastic.
So I know I've told you guys this privately, but he really regards you guys as bona fide celebrities.
He is a very smart man. Mikey B, you're raising him right.
So that's it, bud.
Yeah.
There's your big moment.
All right, yeah.
Goodbye.
He's an aspiring YouTuber as well. So.
Whoa! You got friggin' early fireworks over here.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I'm not sure how I did that.
Man, friggin' magic. Do you believe in magic?
I don't know how I did it.
Now you just look special.
I give up. But it was cool the first time it happened.
Wax back on the line.
Don't make me get on Skype.
No, please don't.
Okay.
He would just tell you to do the show another day, and
Could
like,
you
you gotta
it
do
on
the show around
Wednesday?
my schedule.
I wish it wasn't true, but that's exactly a conversation with Swax.
Yeah, we can. And little B can't be listening to that stuff.
He's not in the room. He's not in the room anymore.
We'd have to have our hand on the beep bleep button.
He's usually only in the room for like the very beginning of the show, and then my wife usually sends him out.
All right, that's when it's nice and clean.
So I gotta watch my language at the beginning of the show.
Yeah,
this ushers in the PG era of In Your Head.
Gonna get the IWC's gonna be pissed.
Yeah, don't make everybody hate me.
Oh, okay.
There may be another West Virginia family trip in the works though.
Whoa!
Excellent.
Hot damn! Gonna get some hillbilly hot dogs this time.
We're more of a Stewart's family, and
Yeah.
what I mean by that.
I think there's gonna come to fisticuffs here.
Mm-hmm. Stewart's is a fine establishment.
Is Stewart's better than hillbilly hot dogs though, in your mind?
I like Stewart's sauce, so yeah.
Hillbilly hot dogs had been built up in our mind because it was on like some of the foodie shows.
Mhm.
What did it get? Like Guy Fieri went there or something like that. But it's really kind of a dirty. Have we talked about this before? It's a pretty dirty place.
Uh-huh.
You're selling it to me.
I don't know if Jack knows, but I mean, one of the main like eating areas is an old school bus. Have we talked about this before?
I don't think so.
And,
But
everybody's autograph signed every square inch of the inside of this thing, and it's a little strange. I mean, I like campy stuff, but it's yeah, I don't know. It could use a power washing.
Yeah. Yeah, I used to go to the Huntington location, and I would get the hot dogs, but I didn't really find them that special. So I would start getting that they had wings that I would get, and I'd like take.
Oh, you're talking about the one that was downtown. That's right. Yeah, because now it's out in the boonies, and
downtown.
It's like there's a stretch of road there where like a whole bunch of people have turned their houses into antique stores.
Mhm.
A whole bunch of stuff that stays out in the front yard in all kinds of weather.
Like someone to know if it's the famous Partridge Family bus.
No.
I doubt that.
Yeah, I highly doubt that.
Stewart, don't they make soda? Is it the same Stewart's?
No, it's not the same one, but they do have a very tasty root beer. that
Stewart,
you
yeah,
can
Stewart
get.
says their own root beer. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's
I've seen Stewart's soda,
mhm.
but it must be. I
Oh,
thought
did they
maybe
do
it
an
was
orange
different.
soda?
Don't they
too?
have the orange cream
Yeah, I
soda?
think they do. Yeah.
I had one
Yeah.
today at the Cracker Barrel, actually. So. Cracker Barrel, Jack. And I had the Lance Storm grilled chicken tenderloins.
It's like
There,
if you like really unseasoned food,
Cracker Barrel is the best.
just very bland, unseasoned food. Cracker Barrel is. for
Did you see RVD there?
No, I did not see RVD there. No.
Have you ever
Which
seen
place
that?
had the chocolate fountain? Sorry.
I think RVD avoids my area. So.
Have you ever? Oh yeah, that's true. That's because you're right outside of Hanging Rock. I tell that story every time we go through Hanging Rock. But have you ever seen the video of him like going to like different Cracker Barrels while he's on the road, and he like even like goes like into the kitchen to tell them like he doesn't like his food and stuff like that?
Really?
I feel like I've seen. Yeah, there's some mini documentary or
Why doesn't
something.
he just go somewhere else?
I think-
I agree with them. I mean, it's very bland. And
well,
unseasoned
it's
food,
he
but I
loves
just-
Cracker Barrel, but it's like if you've underdone his like pork tenderloin or something like that, he's
Oh,
going
you
to
don't want to eat pink pork. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. I guess I don't know. I haven't seen that. I knew Lance Storm was a big Cracker Barrel guy too.
Yeah, it's all these just really like white dudes who just like don't want like any pepper or anything on their food. Like sprinkle a little bit of salt on that and we're good.
I disagree. If you get the grilled chicken tenderloins,
That
you would
sounds
think
really
they would be
flavorful.
flavorless, but they are very flavorful. They marinate them
In
and
water.
they do have a good taste to them.
Speaking of cuisine, I wanted to let Incher know,
Mhm.
and I've been keeping him posted on this over the years that Sheetz was expanding into the Dayton, Ohio area. And on the way home tonight, and they've been putting billboards up, and on the way home tonight, I saw for the first time an advertisement for Sheetz Tacos.
Mhm.
Really?
And
I know which one you're speaking of.
I
He's
think
getting all excited.
I'm going to make a stop on the way home because I pass the Sheetz on my evening commute, but I've never gone in before to the one here. So hopefully they've got tacos.
You get 6 for $6.
Can you just get one though, or is it mandatory 6?
6 for $6.
$1 a piece or 6 for $6.
Mwah. It's the best.
What if you say you only want one and they say you still have to pay $6?
So speaking of food, I noticed the new,
I
this is
don't think they would do
going to
that.
what you guys are saying. A couple things. First, I know they're in Boston. They're opening a John's Taco. I never heard of this.
Yeah, I've
place. They
seen
turned
that
it-
in
Taco John's.
Yeah,
Taco
Taco
John's,
John's.
yeah.
Yeah.
Not what I
haven't-
think of like as great, like Mexican.
Have you
I
ate
mean,
there,
come on.
Mike? I haven't ate there. Yet.
Yeah, it's what they're known for. I don't know. Maybe Coast has heard of this too, because I'm going to say the wrong thing, but it's some kind of tater tot type thing,
Oh,
like
God.
nacho tater tots or something.
Interest getting. Oh my God, interest mind's like blown.
I'm leaving right now.
I know out here we have a place that makes burritos with tater tots in them.
It's like a
Like-
thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, when and Michael and Sophia, if you're watching, I love you guys. We made a lot of movies together. We got future stuff together. But so they're vegan, and so when we're in Virginia, there was no vegan restaurants around. But so that's why we end up eating at Taco Bell every night, and that's what they would get. They would get the burritos made with potatoes because
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I can't remember what those are called, but it's different. The Taco John's thing is
Chimichanga?
a chimichanga is like fried.
it's like a
Oh.
like a potato griller or something like that at Taco Bell. But Taco John's is like this really distinct tater tot thing that they do, and then they have a sauce, like a signature sauce that's on just about everything. So it's a little. This is gonna sound really lame, but it's a little more spicy than regular Taco Bell fare.
Man, Intra can't go there. He's like, "Oh, brother, I gotta get back to the Cracker Barrel."
Oh, you love it out here in my side of the world. If we have cheeseburgers with blue cheese on them. We have mac and cheese where people put raisins on top, and
I don't know about that one.
Yeah, it's nasty.
Blue cheese. I'm a blue cheese fan though, but the bacon blue is pretty common actually. Bacon blue cheeseburger. So I was actually, oddly enough, I was looking up best. I do this sometimes. I'll look up something I'm in the mood for, and I'll look up online, like where's the best blah 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 in all of Boston. And so the one time I was like, man, I would really like some chicken parm. And so it told me this little tiny place. Well, I didn't know it was little. It's called Dino's. And I went there, and it ended up being this little tiny pizza place on the corner in the North End. And I was like, this place has the best chicken parm. And it was great, though. It was an 18-inch chicken parm sub, which was insane. It was a whole loaf of bread, like baked. It was fantastic. But so yesterday I was thinking, I haven't had nachos in years. So I looked up best nachos in Boston. And one came up at a Italian place, and it's Italian nachos. So it's nachos, and then it's covered with the red sauce that's made out of braised short rib, and then like ricotta cheese and mozzarella and cherry. I was like, oh, I think I'm gonna have to go try this. And another one was a little different too. It was made out of homemade potato chips, and then it was covered in pulled pork and bacon and barbecue sauce and
Well, I think the Heavyverse wants to know once and for all, though, Jack, what is your favorite chain restaurant?
So
there's got to be one.
Yeah, for pizza places, I do really like Papa Gino's and Regina Pizza, which it's only Northeast. Regina might only be Massachusetts, but I do like Wendy's burgers, but they are very, very expensive now. So the other day, someone farting or something? The other day it was
no, that was my stomach growling.
I was in Boston, and I go and watch 3 movies, and 2 of them are 3 hours long, so I didn't have a lot of time between the movies. So I looked quick, and I have all these apps, because you have to have all these apps. And the Wendy's app popped up that I could get a free chicken sandwich. And I was like, well, it's going to be quick, so I'll go get that, but you have to buy something. So I bought the new saucy nuggets, and there was like $4.29 for 4 nuggets, and I assumed they were like bigger because they're, but it was 4 regular chicken nuggets, and they just poured sauce like in the package. And I was like,
I don't mean to be that guy, but the term is saucy nugs.
Saucy nugs. So you got to pay like an extra $3 for them to pour the sauce over your nuggets, like haphazardly.
I think Saucy Nugs is going to debut in NXT this week too.
I was not impressed. So then I noticed a trend, because then today Troy and I went to the movies, and we went to the Falmouth Cinema Pub, which is a great place if you're ever in Falmouth, which you probably never will be, to watch movies. You get your food to your table and all this stuff. With your seats, recliner seat, but you got a table with anything. Anyway, we got a bunch of apps. We got the app samplers. And so it used to be if you got the boneless wings or the wings, you could choose your sauce. Now you can choose your sauce on the side, or for an extra $1, they'll put the sauce on them. And so this is this trend now of adding extra money to put the sauce on your chicken.
I mean,
I'm not paying extra money to have sauce on. I can dip them. I can pour the sauce on myself.
I worked with some kids, and they were like, hey, dude, check this out. And like, they'd put sauce in their box, and then they'd shake the thing around.
Yeah, I can just do that myself.
Like, dude,
I don't need to pay an extra $3. But if I
It's
had
like
to
the
pick my
difference between
favorite
paying for
chain,
parts and labor.
yeah, but the thing is, if you don't pay the extra money, they put it in a cup. So you actually are getting a free little cup. It should even be more money then for the
Jack.
cap instead of the tossing them in the friggin' sauce.
I used to go to Wendy's
I
and
do
get
like
some chicken nuggets, and I'd bring my own bowl, and I would take the sauce.
You eat nuggets in a bowl? Oh, I see.
And I'd take the sauce and pour it in.
Like you'd have like a soup?
And then I'd mix it all around. Yeah.
Would you put like a quart of sauce in?
Yeah, I would put a pretty large amount. Couple
So-
packets.
What
So,
kind of bowl
so I
was
was
it?
gonna get a burger though, but a burger was like $12, and it was like $18 for like a meal, and I was like, "What the fuck? I'm not eating. I might as well go to the steakhouse." What the
Are
heck?
you talking about the pub that you were at or Wendy's?
Wendy's.
I think he's avoiding the question though. What's your
I-
favorite chain restaurant?
Yeah, when's the last time you went to an Applebee's and just had a really
Oh
good
well,
meal?
actually, you know what? I have a real answer for this. My favorite chain is actually the Texas Roadhouse. I think that's the best chain steakhouse. I think
That's fair.
It's always. I really think the prime rib's really good.
They have cinnamon butter,
Yeah, the cinnamon butter on the buns they bring
Yeah,
out.
I don't like the cinnamon.
peanut
butter.
allergies if you got them.
Oh yeah, and I have a bunch of peanuts upstairs because I bring a whole big bunch of bags of peanuts home. They give you.
You're one of those guys. You're like, you got a bag for the peanuts?
They actually give them to you at the one we go to. They have them. They even. I'll bring it down if you don't believe me. They're packaged in a big bag that says Texas Roadhouse on it,
And you know what people?
and they let you take them for free. So why not?
Yeah, back
I
in the
don't
day, people
know.
used
I
to
think the
spit
Texas
out the
Roadhouse is
shells.
really bland. I mean, it's just
You lie. You probably
just-
you probably go
it's
in there and your
just-
mouth is burning, and you're like, "Oh
There'd be,
my
like,
God,
spit
Mama!
all over the
ooh,
floor.
I think
It's
they might
just
have
like,
put some salt and pepper on there."
I don't know. I think
Oh, my
Longhorn
Lord.
or Outback's far
Anaphylactic.
superior.
No,
to
well,
the
I
Texas
actually don't mind
Roadhouse.
Longhorn, but
Yeah, Longhorn's
but-
pretty good.
yeah, but the prime rib is much better at Texas. And I will say, I used to always be very anti, the other one you mentioned, Outback. But
Outback.
I went there with Annabelle not that long ago at one in Boston, and it was very good. So I think the one we had down in Hyannis just was lousy, which is possible.
I see. I like Outback. I think I'm a pretty big fan. The
But I would
cheese
still
fries,
go with Texas Roadhouse, either the ribeye, bone in or bone out, or the prime rib. Best.
Good answer.
I worked at Taco John's. I was trying to get my computer to work, and I was like, "Oh man, I gotta talk about Taco John's." And like,
What are the what's the tater tot thing? What's that? What are they
they're
called?
potato olays, potato olay, and they have nacho cheese that you dip the potato olays in.
Ah.
When I used to work there, I used to be very, very chubby because I'd eat like 150 potato olays every day.
150.
Yeah, they're like potato rounds. They're like not tater tots, but like the disc
Yeah, tater
Wow.
discs.
That's
disc.
called a crown.
crown. Yes.
That's potato crown.
And then like they're the saltiest fucking thing you've ever put in your mouth.
So I've never been to this place, but I've seen friends of mine going here lately. It's called the Boston Burger Company, and their burgers do look insane. So this is a burger,
Whoa.
bacon cheeseburger with like
It looks
a
like it's
foot of
hemorrhaging from the top.
Yeah.
It's just
The
like-
rodeo burger on crack.
yeah. It's like, look, you couldn't eat that
Still.
way. You'd have to eat those onion rings separately.
How many calories is that though?
It's
I mean,
probably
good
like
grief.
3,000 calories.
It's got to be up there. I mean, there's like
And
8
then-
onion rings. On
Wow,
it.
that's 400 calories away from a pound,
And then
basically.
here's a shake.
Jeez.
Is that rice?
Yeah,
No, that's s'mores. Okay.
that's got to get some diabetes going.
I'll admit it looks good, but I wouldn't be able to eat that. Jeez,
sugar.
where did I see that?
That's nuts.
What's the chocolate thing wrapping around it at top? What is that?
These are like
sausage.
churros,
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
and
That
this
looks
looks
like
like
a
a maybe. No, this might be a chocolate covered pretzel, maybe, but these are two churros on the side.
That's Jack's boner. Got in the picture.
Yeah, how much would that be if you got a burger and that shake? What would that be? About $40 maybe? I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's not cheap either. No,
Yeah.
but I wouldn't mind trying it someday. To be honest, I would probably I wouldn't be able to get a burger and a shake. That's just too much. Because the shake is like a shake and a slice of cake.
Yeah. Looked like it.
Hey guys, I gotta get moving.
WCW like scaffolding match.
Did we wrestle talk you out?
He's just too much wrestling tonight.
I gotta get moving though, but I did want to say, all right, one more cameo. All right, go. I do want to say, I recently took a part-time job in the evenings teaching GED classes on
That's cool.
a couple nights a week, including Tuesday nights. So I'll be working late on Tuesday, so I will miss like the beginning of the show, but I'll still obviously listen to you guys on. I'll have a long commute home those nights and be catching the show on the next day too. So
Yeah, I heard about this. So I tried to talk Incher into starting the show real late, and he was like, "No, we won't do that just for Mikey B. What are you, crazy?" And I'm like, "But he's the man." And Incher
he's saying that
Never
I'm the new Swax, and I want you guys to do the show around my schedule.
Wax 2000, Mikey B.
Can you do it on Skype?
Starting at 1:00.
Hell yeah.
So I'm looking here real quick at a Boston Burger Company, the menu. Burgers. So yeah, the burgers themselves, they're between like 1950 and they're all around 20 or I guess like a plain one's 1550, but the cool ones are 1950.
Oh, I thought you were giving calorie count.
No, they don't even list the calories.
1950.
They don't dare list the calories.
And then the shake, the Freak Fraps are called. I actually even thought they'd be more. That's still pretty expensive. $14.50 to $17.
Wow.
So yeah, you'd be with tip and stuff, you'd be at way over $40.
I guess it shows my age too, but I'm at the point in my life where I wonder like what my body's gonna do or how I'm gonna feel the next day after something like that. And I even like we were watching one of those like Man versus Food where he went to a place called the Kitchen Sink and got 5.5 pounds of ice cream that he had to eat in like 30 minutes. And you have to think that his like bowel movement would be like the consistency of concrete the next morning. I mean, that's where my brain goes. So I'm looking at those burgers thinking like my hands and my feet would be swollen before I was even leaving the restaurant.
Well, I eat well at home. When I'm at home, I eat healthy. So then when I go out, I can cheat and get some.
Yeah.
But I probably still I still probably not going to really get that. So.
You know, Jack, if you've been on TikTok or social media, there's this girl named Gal or something, and she like sits in her car and
Wonder
eats
Woman?
like, you could say she looks like her, but she'll just sit in her car and she'll like eat like 10 Big Macs
Sure,
and
it's not Ryback.
That's what I was gonna say.
well, I think Ryback probably stole it from her, but this girl like puts away. Oh man, she eats crazy amounts of food and she's like as thin as a rail. And I'm like, how Sway?
Damn, well, if you watch the hot dog eating
Coast,
contest, the guys who win are usually really skinny.
Coast, have you
Yeah.
ever seen that lady on TikTok that makes the extreme like coffee things where she fills up like a giant like pitcher with all kinds of like crap and all extreme amounts of coffee and sweetener and stuff like that?
I think I recall seeing that on my For You page, but I swiped past it. But yeah, that sounds familiar. I'll look out for it.
Water.
I mean, it's
talk?
mostly for show, I think, because I have to think you'd get like really messed up if you like actually consumed some of these things that people make.
Right.
TikTok.
People
So
are dumb.
I'm thinking Gal probably just throws it up. She'll take a bite and throw it all up or purge it or something. That girl is like a trip.
I think someone's got some new floor mats.
Oh yeah.
Did he get his bank loan?
It's called a runner.
He got his bank loan. To
Lexar, did you get your bank loan?
No, but I won like $500 on the scratch off. And like I asked
There
my
you go.
mom if she could pay half of it. And she like, oh yeah, huh? Fine. If you pay half of it, sure. And there it is.
You blew it all on that?
Oh, yeah.
You just threw it
How
on
much
the
did you
floor?
pay for that?
$1,000
You paid $1,000?
for a rug.
That's the thing they put in front of the toilets in the private bathroom, so the pee doesn't get on the ground.
Geraldine wanted me to stop going to strip clubs so I could get better seats at wrestling shows. But how about this?
Hell yeah. Invite
It's
her
cool.
over.
I
Show
like
her
it.
the format.
Yeah, I don't need to be close up sitting ringside. This is the ring.
It's
Dang.
sweet. I like it.
Entry, you gonna buy one?
No.
You got an extra grand laying around to throw on your floor?
No, I don't need that. If you love it, Lexar, congratulations.
Now, what if you walk home and you step on some dog poop, you don't know it, you accidentally get it on your TNA mat? Are you gonna be pissed? Like, I just rubbed poop on this $1,000 trash. I got.
No, I'll Lysol it down. I Lysol the soul.
I call poop
you.
shit. That's what I call it.
Whoa, we don't work blue here.
Oh, sorry. I'll call it poop. Okay.
Well, so stepping on poo is kind of a apparent thing. You kind of instantly know when you've done it, unless you naturally just smell like poo and it's just part of the course. So I don't know.
I've stepped
What-
on like poop and not realized it for a while. I don't know what to say anymore.
Oh,
Well, my teacher says that stepping on dog poo is like good luck.
Man, there you
What's
go.
up
That's how you won the scratch ticket.
that's crazy because people say like a bird pooping on you is good luck. I never got that. I'm like, how is poop good luck?
It's just trying to look on the good side.
Oh
What
yeah,
is it when
glass
Vince
half full.
McMahon poops on you?
Hey, Intro, you want some good luck?
Yeah.
A job.
Gonna get the belt.
Get some
Yeah.
idea.
Oh yeah, pal.
I guess you're in for a big payday, so I guess it is pretty good luck then.
Yeah.
Yeah, this will get you a WrestleMania. Oh, yeah, pal.
All right, guys,
Yeah.
I'm napping out for
All
the
right,
night.
see you,
It was
Mikey
great
B.
talking to everybody. All right, take
All right,
care.
I see you. Have a good one.
Oh man, that was a good call, Mikey B. He's a good man.
Yeah, props to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. What's on your mind, Coast?
I was listening to the show earlier, and when you brought up Dan Marati and stuff, and that hayseed, that fool. But it got me to thinking. Yeah, if you bring him on the show, you probably just got to just temporarily ban me because that'll go viral. That guy shows disrespect to me. Anyway, but yeah, with the Dan Marati, one thing about him, he didn't like Marlena very much, and I think Marlena's cool. She answered a couple of my emails, but yeah. It just got me thinking about memories of Boston wrestling, and like, yeah, I miss that guy.
Yeah. I always liked their show. I always watched Tony and Dan do the show together. So it was
Yeah. Then they
I
had
like
that little beef with Monty and the Pharaoh and stuff, and those guys are okay too, but it's always sucks when your friends just start beefing and stuff.
Mhm. Yeah.
Golgo says is like wants to know if Lexar is planning on shooting any ropes on the TNA mat.
If I'm shooting any ropes,
Yeah, like
It's like a
any
shoot mat.
splooge,
ring ropes.
like
Oh.
semen.
Oh no. I'm not
the
getting that
show
on
goes
there.
all downhill and like hangs up. It's just
When your arms get caught in the ropes.
Well, it's also educational, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're trying to teach Bruce. He did ropes, man.
I like ropes. Wait, what?
What's on your mind, Bruce?
Not much. I don't know. I've been watching sumo wrestling all day.
Whoa,
That's kind of wrestling.
Michael St. Michaels from the Greasy Strangler is a big sumo fan. He always says we should talk about sumo on the show.
Pretty interesting. Neat.
I don't think I've ever seen a sumo wrestling match in my life. So let's talk.
Just Earthquake versus Yokozuna.
I don't think I've watched like one match. I've been watching like more like the behind the scenes for like 6 hours. It's interesting. Like the buildings and like the wrestling legends.
I think me and Edgar should sumo wrestle at Heady Fest.
Cool.
What for? What's going to be the stakes?
Bragging rights. I think we should sumo wrestle, and the winner gets Lexar's mat. That'd be good.
Lexar, are you agreeing to this?
See,
I'll put it up.
Damn.
People have to go hard then.
Damn, look at that.
My
Bring the baby oil.
Yeah.
Now, is there going to be a high spots ring in the future to go with this mat? You maybe going to buy a ring at some point?
If you bought a ring, would you just disassemble and put it on the floor?
If you watch this current Impact, there's dozens of logos on the canvas. So that TNA logo is just a centerpiece. It's just only the centerpiece.
Cool.
So the rest of the canvas, like the corners, has the Access TV logo, and the sides has like the Fight Network logo and then TNAmerch.com. They're promoting their TNA merch site. But it's ironic because TNA blocked me on Twitter for like I think I'm like too aggressive and like posting like, please put up the ring canvas. Please put up the ring canvas. So they blocked me on that. But they haven't blocked me on Facebook.
To bring up put on the ring.
But you bought one, so it's like.
Yeah, that's because I had before it was taken down on their eBay store. I didn't have the $500, and I won the $500. And I when I logged on to the eBay, it's gone. Once I wanted to get it, and I tried to persuade that very nicely for TNA to bring it back, and they blocked me. And then they put it back up on the eBay store.
You're like a crackhead for TNA mats. You're like, I need that TNA mat so freaking bad. Give it to me.
I was going to add to that, but
have you just become a bigger fan now that you have the smart TV with the TNA channel?
Well, I kind of am, but it's like TNA hasn't done any shows in my area. It's just only upstate New York. So in Albany, I had to travel all the way upstate New York. I had to take an Amtrak because my transportation, the local Jersey Transit, MTA New York, they don't go there. I had to take an Amtrak.
Okay.
Amtrak.
Amtrak is good. Amtrak is pretty good to travel, especially if you go on the Starlight Coast. That goes from Los Angeles to.
I'm really dumbfounded by this because it came out that Dijak was feeding information to the dirt sheets, and I'm really dumbfounded that like so many of these fans are like up. They're like really defending that action, and calling people that are against it nerds and stuff. And like, I can't really. That's a really shit thing to do, to feed information from the WWE to a news site. That'd be like, if you worked in movies, giving away secrets to the movies or TV shows to like Entertainment Weekly or something. That's very, very weird that anyone would be like pro like Stooge.
Yeah.
Do they have like NDAs that they have to sign when they work for WWE?
Only if they get a log on their neck.
How did he get caught, though?
I don't know. I guess he admitted it.
Did they feed him bad news and then he went and reported it?
Maybe that would be a good way to find out. Tell them, some big angle that's not really. Tell everyone a different angle that's happening, and then if one of those pops up, who said it.
Red herring.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I did that with Insta once.
Whoa.
What'd you do? What'd you
And I
tell
saw
me?
Dave Meltzer talking about it. I was like, I know who the Stooge is now. Yeah, I told Intra that WWE had no interest in CM Punk, and then bam, Dave Meltzer is reporting it, and I was like, I see.
Is a herring? That's a fish, right? Is that a
Yes.
bird?
Yeah.
I always thought it was a bird in my head. Like, that's really weird.
Gogo thinks Ross Foreskin may have blocked Lexar.
More than
He likes to wield the little power he has. That's true. What a buffoon. So what's on your mind, Stevie, before we get to the Raw report?
Oh, so did you guys talk about the passing of Sika this week?
We brought it up a little bit. Yep.
Yeah, I remember way back in, I want to say the mid 70s, I was watching All Star Wrestling from British Columbia, and this was way before they were even the Samoans yet. They were just still using their real names, and I remember watching them on TV. And this must, I want to say 50 years ago, but close to it, I guess. But yeah, back then, around the time that you were born, Jack, maybe 2-3 years old, they were just beasts. Back in Vince McMahon Senior's promotion, and easily demolished a very young Tito Santana to win the tag titles.
Arriba!
But watched a lot of nice wrestling this week. Watched the SmackDown. So did you also talk about the big angle on SmackDown?
I was there.
You were
Whoa,
there.
Lexar was
Lexar was in
there.
the
He was
building.
rocking.
So what was the reaction? What was the reaction of the live crowd for Paul Heyman basically getting massacred?
Well, when Heyman turned down the whole "I will not acknowledge you as my tribal chief," the crowd just popped insane because they were just saying no, don't accept him as a tribal chief. Then when he said no, I'm not going to acknowledge you as you are not my tribal chief, the whole garden popped. And then when Solo gets attacked Heyman, that's when Golden Crowd got angry. They booed him, and then after they powerbombed him, yeah, they were chanting "Fuck you, Solo." And I think that's that time that Fox completely either bleeped out or blacked out. I'm not sure. Vic Sharoni said that
They went silent on my TV.
at certain
Yeah,
parts
there
of
was
the
a
show-
lot of
one
blanks
time.
throughout the show. Whenever I was watching it, they would
They were
cut out a lot, and I was like, "Geez, this sucks."
Naughty, naughty, naughty.
I thought that was an incredible segment.
Yeah, it was great.
Mm.
He's a
for
big,
sure.
he's a big guy, older guy to take that punishment. And I said this on the Facebook group, but I used to always think it was the battle of second place for managers. No one's better than Bobby Heenan, but I think you can argue that Paul Heyman's the best manager of all time. No one's had this longevity. and been such a big part of so many decades of wrestling.
If you saw Heyman's face, his eyes were bloodshot, and like I hear for that role, he like didn't sleep for the past like 3 days.
Damn.
Maybe just have like 2 hours of sleep.
I thought it was because he might have been crying because of Sika. Sika's passing. That was my theory.
Could be too.
So, have you ever thought about joining the Bloodline, Lexar, to join your fellow folks? You're from Samoa.
I'm thinking. I'm Ecuadorian.
Oh, that's
far from Samoa. I would have joined the system over at TNA.
If you were given the choice, you'd rather join the system than the Bloodline?
Yeah, because the Bloodline is Samoan. It's not really like my thing. It's not really my like.
All right. So the system,
Bloodline, so to speak.
what's their deal? What's going on with them?
I don't know. I haven't kept up with
it. What's up? The system. So, Alexa, what's on your mind before we get to the Raw report?
I went to SmackDown, had a good time. Incher hates it.
Whoa!
Maybe because of the mute and blackouts throughout the show. I didn't know about this. Rick Schiavone saw the show and he complained about it.
Yeah, there was
there were lots of.
Yeah.
I guess the Fox wants them to really watch the language because they're they're on the free channel.
They're kicking them out in a couple months.
Yeah, they're going to go.
Come September, they won't be on Fox anymore. It'll be college football on Fridays.
They got it. They have to obey the laws.
And since we got Steven Butler here, I'm gonna ask him if he's going to any of the SmackDown, any of the shows, Money in the Bank. Like what?
I'll be watching on.
You gotta go live, Steven.
I know I live there, but I've got to look after my wife. Her health isn't.
You gotta bring her to the shows. Bring her to the shows. Like, hey, honey, let's go to Money in the Bank.
It's a very romantic evening. Geraldine invited me to Dynamite Wednesday in Buffalo.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
And she's yelling at me for but she asked me Tuesday the night before. It's a little hard to make arrangements to get to Buffalo in a day.
Jack, when a lady asks you to go to Dynamite in Buffalo, you drop what you're doing and you go to Dynamite in Buffalo.
Dynamite!
Yeah, you should take in the Amtrak or Greyhound.
Yeah, that's how you score.
You should take in the Amtrak or Greyhound. Take the Greyhound.
Well, how about airplane? But
helicopter.
What if you had like one of those those gyrocopters or something? Or like maybe like one of those helicopters that come out of your hat. Like
I need one of the Headyverse scientists out there to get on top of teleportation. Then they could just teleport the Headyverse all around.
Just like the Tomorrow people.
And we'd be rich too.
We could all be in the same room for just the show.
Exactly.
And then we can just teleport home.
Yeah, we could all be shooting ropes over Lexar's TNA mat. What are you saying, Bruce?
If some Headyverse member invents like teleportation, we could like rule the world.
Yeah, just don't get a fly in it.
Yeah, the airplane industry would definitely love that.
Spitting on donuts and shit. Like, during a date? What are you thinking?
Like The Fly Part 2 is probably like the most depressing fucking movie ever.
Well, even the old Vincent Price one's not too happy at the very end. He's like, "Kill me."
No, I was talking about The Fly Part 2 with Eric Stoltz in it.
That was
I'm
bad
just saying, none of
too.
them are too uplifting.
Yeah.
None of them you watch and be like, hell yeah, Fly. Look at this guy fucking die.
Eric Stoltz was like more in panic than Jeff Goldblum, who was just being weird. Definitely.
Well, like they like make his dog like a mutant or something. It's like, what the hell?
And then he has to kill it.
Yeah. Why are you laughing, Bruce? What the hell's the matter with you?
There's a weird fly dog thing, and it's like meow, and he's like,
Dang.
Damn, Bruce.
Raw was in Boston Monday, Lexar. I could have got tickets. They were only like 34
Did you
bucks.
go?
No.
Oh,
You should have
should have won.
went. Have yourself a good time.
But have a live raw report
Go
from
out and
you.
live.
I'm pretty sure I
Mhm.
leave the house more often than you, Lexar. I'm out a lot. But yeah, I don't know. I was going out with my brother today. I didn't want to be out all night. It would have been fun though. It was at the same building that last time I saw Dynamite at. It's a good place to watch a wrestling. The TD Garden.
TD.
The Boston Garden.
Yeah, it used to be the Boston Garden. Now it's the TD Garden. Years ago I saw wrestling at the actual Boston Garden in the 80s. I went with my brother. I forget who was on the show. I remember we walked in. I think it was Hercules Hernandez versus someone. But the very first show I ever went to was the King of the Ring, and it was like 86 or 87. It was back when it was an annual house show before it was a pay-per-view. It used to be an annual house show in New England, the King of the Ring.
wow.
And the one I went to was won by Macho Man. He beat King Kong Bundy in the finals. This was before he was Macho King, but yeah, he won the King of the Ring. It was a good show. The whole show was nothing but King of the Ring and one Intercontinental title match. It was like Honky Tonk Man versus Jake the Snake, I think. The rest was all the tournament.
Whoa.
It was a good show. I bought one of those Macho Man shirts, like the kind of pink ones with where he's got the sunglasses.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Is it time once again, folks?
It's time.
Oh,
time.
yeah,
If I
it's
went to
time.
Dynamite with Geraldine, Lexar, would you have tracked me down and murdered me?
As long as you don't make any babies and don't get the,
Would do that right in the
I don't know
in the
what
arena
the
at Dynamite.
What's the
Wait a minute.
And we, after our 2 hours, or 2 hour wait, let's get to the raw report.
No fucking history. Raw report. Raw report. Ha!
And as mentioned, Monday Night Raw comes to you from the Boston Garden, now known as the TD Garden.
Park the cat harbor.
So we actually start the show in the concourse. And Jay Uso apparently now is stealing gimmicks from other people. He's stolen the Fireflies from the Wyatts, and he's also stealing his entrance from the Shield, and he's out in the concourse. And the crowd's going nuts. And he's coming down to the ring, going down the stairs, going over the barricade, getting into the ring. And there's a huge yeet chance, and he does the welcome to Monday Night Raw entrance. And he basically says he's gonna win the Money in the Bank briefcase on Saturday. Not Carmelo, not Andrade, not LA Knight, not Chad Gable. And as soon as he gets out Chad Gable's name, Chad Gable comes out in a nice suit. He looks good. And he basically says, For your information, you Boston idiots, yeet is not a word. But you know what a word is? Miracle. If you look that up in the dictionary, you'll find my picture. It's a miracle that he says it's miraculous that he overcame an attack by the Wyatts, and that his family left him, and he's complaining as he's walking to the ring. And just as he got he didn't get in the ring because that's when the lights started to go out, and I noticed that basically Jey Uso just kind of disappeared for the rest of the night. And then we had another Wyatt segment where all the lights come out, and then Chad's scared to death and he's trying to walk away slowly. And then basically all of these Wyatt family members are basically blocking all the exits. So everywhere Chad goes, he encounters a Wyatt. Finally, I think they cut away from Chad and they cut back to the ringside area, and it looks like the Wyatts killed a couple more security guards.
Damn.
So I don't know if these are the same two guys who got killed before, or they're different guys now, but they were laid out. And of course, Michael Cole is no-selling this. And basically, I think it was, what's her name? Nikki Cross gave Michael Cole another VHS tape. Oh, I know this is wacky. Wacky is a good way to describe this, but it's fun.
Didn't you told me he loved it?
I did. Loved it.
Trying to cast spells or something.
Loved it.
So we get our opening match of the night. Xavier Woods, accompanied by Kofi, takes on Karrion Kross with the Authors of Pain, Scarlett, and Paul Ellering. And Kofi, this goes to a commercial break, but no, it's Xavier. Xavier gets the surprise win on Karrion Kross, because I think he just did an inside cradle on Karrion Kross, pinned him 1, 2, 3. But with the Karrion Kross and all of these guys come back, and they basically beat up Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston after the match, and Karrion Kross puts on his some sort of arm hold on Kofi Kingston, and I don't know if he broke Kofi's arm, but he certainly laid him out. So Kofi's withering, and he just drops him, and then everybody just leaves. We get a backstage segment with Damian Priest and Dirty Dom. They're going
Dirty Dom, done dirt cheap.
Liv Morgan is in the clubhouse with Finn Balor, and I didn't see JD McDonough there. I don't think he was there this week.
JD McDonough.
Yeah. So, but like
surgery.
Damian Priest has just been doing the same thing over and over again, being upset that Liv Morgan is interfering in the Judgment Day's business. But Finn Balor reminds him that he's tag team champion because of her. So
Bruce is like Hercules Hernandez. So,
oh yeah.
I love it. So we come back from the commercial break. We get in the gorilla position, everyone's favorite backstage interviewer and mine, Kathy Kelly, looking smoking hot this week, is with Zelina Vega, and she basically says that she's gonna challenge Liv Morgan for the World Heavyweight title, and that match is next. We get a recap of what happened earlier, and then we get the women's title match. We get Dirty Dom comes down to the ring to stand in Liv Morgan's corner, and then after a while, Rey Mysterio just comes down to the ring. So we got the Mysterios in each corner, and during this match, I think Rey because when Ray had his match, Dirty Dom came and knocked him down. Ray comes back and knocks down his own son. But
You get knocked down, but you get back
Liv
up.
Morgan. So Zelina did. It almost looked like what's that move? A code red move off the turnbuckles, and that was a pretty decent move. But she didn't pin Liv Morgan. I think Zelina. Oh yeah. So Dirty Dom slides a chair into the ring. He picks his spot to slide the chair into the ring to Zelina Vega. Zelina picks up the chair, and she gives Dirty Dom a good shot with it right in the face and knocks Dom onto the ring floor. I mean the ringside area. But she's got her back turned to Liv Morgan. She turns around just in time to get Liv Morgan's finishing move. I can't remember what it's called.
The Liv Morgan finishing move. The Morganator.
Damn.
No.
Living X.
No, Oblivion. Oblivion, like Liv, Oblivion, whatever. Okay, the Oblivion move and pins and retains her title. And so, like, there at one point, I think this was the one where, I think, Zelina knocked Dom off the ring apron, right on top of Liv Morgan. Nice visual of Dom straddling Liv Morgan.
Holy cow!
Yes.
Yeah, Intra's getting all hot and bothered now.
I think he's doing it wrong. Dom straddling Liv Morgan. I mean,
so we get a backstage segment with Seth Rollins, a video of the upcoming WrestleMania behind the curtain. Come back from commercial. And Seth Rollins comes down to the ring to talk about his championship match against Damian Priest. And then shortly after, Damian Priest comes down to the ring, and they're in the ring just yakking at each other. So basically, it was Rollins who wants to raise the stakes in the match, basically saying that if I win the match, that Damian Priest, you're gonna leave the Judgment Day, but if you win the match, I will never challenge you again for the world title. Damian Priest accepts these terms, so I think Damian Priest is retaining the title. I think he's gonna lose. I think he's gonna lose it to Gunther at SummerSlam. At least he should. I think the sooner they take the belt off of him, the better, because I just have not liked him as world champion. So apparently Ludwig, I don't know if this is a legit injury, but Ludwig says that Sheamus injured him, and so there's a video of Ludwig cutting a promo on, and he also complains about Braun Breaker beating him up too. So we get another after the commercial break. We get another backstage segment between Damian Priest and Finn Balor, and then we get last week on Raw, and then we get a Money in the Bank qualifying match. I think this may be the last one for the women. Dakota Kai versus Zoe Stark versus Ivy Nile. And in my opinion, I thought the right person won in this match, which was Zoe Stark with her Z360 move. Of these three, yeah, I mean, I think Zoe Stark is probably the most talented. That's just my opinion. So she's going to be in the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. And of that, you've got Naomi, Tiffany Stratton, Chelsea Green, Ivy Nile, Lyra Valkyria, and Zoe Stark. And so my money's on Tiffany Stratton because I think they've got the rocket strapped to her. But if she doesn't win, then I think it would be wild to have Chelsea Green win, just to have her shove it in everybody's face that she's got the briefcase.
Shove it.
So it's time for the VHS. Finally, Michael Cole, he's still got his VHS player, and so they play this video of Bo Dallas and
like
Uncle Howdy. And this was basically where I think the two personalities collide into one, because if at the very end of this, that's what it kind of looked like, where like Uncle Howdy would disappear, and then it's almost like, yeah, I mean, you know, these two guys are the same guy.
What? Don't tell Mark Henry.
I know that because I seen him at the Whataburger.
Actually, I thought
Now-
they were two different beings.
Now, did they commit a felony crime again by saying that the letter was addressed to Pat McAfee when he wasn't there in the open?
Oh man.
Oh man.
Pat McAfee.
So basically, yeah, and like Bo Dallas would disappear and Uncle Howdy would appear, and the very last thing I think was like both of them combined said, "There you are." Almost to me, it symbolized that these two, you know, yes, Bo Dallas now is Uncle Howdy. At least that's the direction I thought it was going, or it should go next week. So we get Chad. So over at catering, Otis is stuffing his face with catering, and Chad Gable walks up to him. And he's basically trying to recruit him again, but Otis says, I don't hate you, but we're not gonna help you. That's your problem. And so, like, once again, Chad Gable can't convince Otis to help him out. We get back to the ring, and we get a rematch. It's Mysterio versus Mysterio, Ray versus Dominic yet again, and a WrestleMania rematch. And once again, Ray beat his son, dropped a dime on him, pinned him 1, 2, 3.
Oh, what a deadbeat dad.
So the crowd kept yelling, "Shave your mustache" at Dominic Mysterio. So at one point, Liv Morgan ran down to the ring, wondering if this is where did Ray do that, where he dropped him. But anyway, she interfered in the match to try to help out Dom, but to no avail. And finally, like I said, Ray wins the match, and Liv was apologizing to Dominic after the match, but in the ring, Zelina Vega had come down to neutralize Liv as well, and she after the match, she celebrated with Rey Mysterio. We get a video of Sheamus, 15 years in the WWE. He says he is going to qualify for Money in the Bank. We get a commercial break, and once again, so Sami Zayn gets into the ring, and guess what? He got beat up again. Only this time, it was from Braun Breaker. Every single week, every single promo, every single match, he's the Intercontinental Champion, but people are beating him up. So he cuts a promo. On Braun Breaker. He says, like everybody's. He says, I am going to beat Braun Breaker at Money in the Bank. It's like you don't have to yell, Sammy. We can hear you.
Gee, Sammy, indoor voice, Sammy.
So Braun Breaker comes down to the ring, and boy, this guy sounds like Scott Steiner. It's like incredible. So basically, Braun Breaker gets in the ring, and Sammy's, I think, was it Sammy who did most of the talking here? He says, you have no idea what you're in for. As Braun Breaker says, you have no idea what you're in for at Money in the Bank. And respect goes out the window. I'm going to beat you down. I'm going to decimate you in the ring, and I'm going to become the new Intercontinental Champion. Okay. But he sounded like Scott Steiner when he was in full promo mode. So finally, Sammy calms down. He basically says, how many guys have said that to him? They said they'll beat me down and break me in half. Many guys have done that. Many guys have beaten me down. Yes, he actually admitted that. It's happened 1,000 times. And I put myself back together 1,000 times. And basically, he stands up to Braun Breaker. But then I think finally, Breaker, if this devolves into another fight, it goes to the outside. Breaker put Sammy next to the ring stairs or in front of the ring stairs. And then he did his run around the ring. And as he was coming for Sammy leapfrogged Braun Breaker just in time to allow Braun Breaker to slam himself right into the ring stairs. That visual did look pretty good. But when Sammy rolled Breaker back into the ring, he went for his haluva kick, but Braun Breaker speared him and left him laying still. So once again, Sami Zayn is left laid out. I don't know, this must be like 2 months in a row, week after week. People have just laid him out. Backstage, we get Kathy Kelly with Dakota Kai. She says she's going to win the I don't know. This was after the match with Damage Control. So was it they got beat up by Kagan Carter and Katana Chance? Yeah, they did. So then we get a video. Dragunov has his own video, and then we get there was something. We get we didn't get the recap of Paul Heyman getting beaten up. There was also a very nice video sometime during this show of they showed it on SmackDown, they showed it on Raw of Sika. I thought that was a well done video tribute to him. And finally, we get to the main event of the evening: Money in the Bank qualifying match, triple threat: Drew McIntyre versus Ilya Dragunov versus Sheamus. And once again, I thought the right person won. And this was Drew McIntyre. Dragunov, he tried to hit his finishing move where he just rests his fists on people's faces. But and he think he did that to Drew McIntyre, but he went for the pin, but only got a 2 count. Sheamus, Sheamus tried to hit his brogue kicks, but I think he hit one on McIntyre, but McIntyre kicked out. And finally, McIntyre, Sheamus was going for a brogue kick, but McIntyre rolled out of the way. But I think Sheamus finally got his Claymore kick on Sheamus and pinned him. And Drew McIntyre wins the match and qualifies. So it'll be Drew McIntyre, LA Knight, Chad Gable, Carmelo Hayes, Jey Uso, and Andrade in the men's Money in the Bank match. I think I would put it on McIntyre. I know everybody was saying, "Oh, wouldn't it be great if Chad Gable won?" It's like, yeah, I suppose, but like I'd put him on the same level as Chelsea Green. I'd rather have Drew McIntyre holding that briefcase. So that was your Monday Night Raw. I would give it a thumbs up. I enjoyed it. I actually enjoyed watching this show. But mind you, I watched it on delay, so I was able to skip through the commercials. So, but I enjoyed the show. I thought, like I said, I thought the right people won the Money in the Bank qualifying matches. And and to me, all this Wyatt stuff, yes, I know these guys still haven't wrestled. I don't know when they're going to wrestle. I don't expect it to be all that great, but I'm enjoying the segments.
5-star classics.
But if Bo can like change, like if he can completely
I can
abandon-
change. You can change.
yeah, completely abandon the Bo, like the original Bo Dallas when he was clean shaven and wore the white tights. I like that second look where it was more like Blackjack Mulligan with the black glove and the beard and all that. Now he's Uncle Howdy. Now he kind of is like more like the Fiend or that era. If he can change his wrestling style and make it interesting, we'll see. But but on the whole, I enjoyed Monday Night Raw. So that's my Raw report. I hope you enjoy.
Good man, Steven. Ha!
Chippity hoppity ho. Yay, yay.
Wrestling time. Where's Intra?
In the bathroom.
Think he's rubbing one out?
Yeah, that Raw report turned him on.
Could be. All right, let's get to these questions. Let me find them. Daniel Whitehead said that whole ordeal looked dangerous. I hope everyone survived. Not sure what that was in reference to.
What did you what did you think, Jack? What did you think of was it what's his name? Dem Boys. What's his name?
From the Briscoes?
Mark Briscoe? Was it?
Yeah.
The dive off of the ladder on the ring apron.
I thought it was awesome. I mean, I get these guys are doing crazy stuff, but
it looked awesome, but it looked friggin' dangerous.
Yeah, I mean, wrestling is dangerous, so.
I watched that and I thought, oh my goodness, like does he really want to break his back? Like, and I thought that was the right move too, to put the title on Jack Perry.
Yeah, I mean, you built them up for it, so yeah. Mm-hmm.
But I enjoyed that show too. I thought Forbidden Door was another
great matches. Yeah,
that was another, like, even though it was long, I had a great time. I thought every match was great. And
there was not a bad match on the show, and people were really excited in the main event, even after like 6 hours. So I think that's always a good sign.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was some really great, like the main. I thought that was Swerve's probably best match ever, and his best showing as champion. I thought that really elevated him as because he has I think after he won the title, he kind of like went downhill a little bit, just like in importance. But both guys, I think, came out strong after that match.
Mm-hmm.
And I was a big fan of. I've never seen her before. Vakur. I really liked her. Wrestled Monet. I'd like to see more of her. She was really good. Has a good look and stuff. I don't know. I thought the whole show was really good. Really enjoyed it.
And that was a halfway decent match from Mercedes Monet. She, I'm hoping that I'm hoping Dynamite kind of improves in quality. I love the pay-per-views, but for me, I don't know. I mean, it's a slog to get through some segments of Dynamite. I really don't like this Chris Jericho's latest gimmick.
I'm a big fan. I find it very entertaining.
That.
I love it. Me and Lex are. And my brother's
it's
into
annoying.
it. Yeah, well, that's
so
kind of
annoying.
that is the point of it, though.
We are branches.
Yes, that might be his latest. That might be the point, but it's still freaking annoying.
I love it. I'm a huge fan of the Incher Learning Tree. Are you with me and Lexar? Are you a fan?
I like it. The Learning Tree. Steven, don't be a bad apple.
Hi, guys. You're part of a branch.
Hi, guys.
Yeah, I love it. It's great. Nikia wants
Hi, guys.
to know. Joe Hendry and Frankie Kazarian picked up wins to fill the 2 final spots, joining Josh Alexander, Steve Macklin, and Nick Nemeth in the match featuring TNA World Champion Moose at TNA Slammiversary. Excuse me. Who? Well, he didn't say who will win. Well, you watch, but who do you think will win?
I think
Joe. I'd say put the belt on Joe Henry. This guy's got the most buzz in the company. That's a guy AEW really missed the boat on. I've always been a fan.
Did we discuss the length of pay-per-views question that Lexar tagged me in?
What was that? Sorry.
Did we discuss the length of pay-per-view question Lexar tagged me in yet?
No, this was the very first question.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
We're gonna go back and forth from Nikhil and Lexar with you last time. Lexar, the Bloodline segment from last Friday night SmackDown is the most viewed video in any segment from Raw, NXT, SmackDown, post WrestleMania. Are you impressed?
Very
it was
much
a great
so.
segment. That's one storyline I like to keep up on. I don't really like a lot of WWE, but that stuff's great. Great. One of the best performances, from Heyman. I like the young guys guys who don't respect the elders are now leading the bloodline, and then I assume it's going to lead to Reigns coming back as a hero. And who would ever think Paul Heyman would be a guy getting sympathy and you'd want to see someone get revenge for? And it's just amazing all around.
Do you think good Roman Reigns will have his old teeth back?
No, I think he's going to have those very, very well. It's funny. I remember used to be back in the day, the dentist wouldn't want to give you super white teeth because they didn't look very natural. But now everyone gets the whitest teeth in the world. Do you believe in Joe Hendry? I do. 100%.
Yep.
Stephanie McMahon was sitting front row ringside at the SmackDown tapings. What does this mean?
Means she likes to sit front row and have a good picture.
I can't believe she likes watching wrestling.
Maybe she bought a ticket.
Yeah, maybe.
Did she have a TNA ring mat?
I hear she was on. I hear she was on Monday at Raw too. She was sitting front row at Raw on Monday too.
Oh, that's good. Kyle Fletcher lost his Ring of Honor TV title. Did you enjoy his title reign? No, I mean I don't. I think the Ring of Honor is worthless.
I think, Jack, you need to recognize that Ring of Honor is the best, and you need to watch it.
It's just worthless. It was a mistake to buy it.
They can use footage from past.
Who cares? For what?
Just
they don't ever do it. It was a mistake to what? The company is no good. He's trying to do too much. No one cares at all about it. You've got way too many titles on the show. It doesn't even have an actual TV show.
Well, I mean, are you going to say when Raw goes to Netflix, it's not a TV show anymore?
Comparing Netflix, it's the Raw's not going to the Raw app. They didn't make an app just to buy Raw. If Ring of Honor was on, Amazon Prime or something, that would be different. I still no, actually, I don't think it is a TV show at that point, really. But I know that's not true. Stranger Things and stuff are TV shows, so it is weird that it's streaming. But I mean, that's not the same. Ring of Honor just has an app you have to specifically buy just to see Ring of Honor. I mean, who's going to do that besides Insure?
But it exists before they made Ring of Honor the sell to
AEW. But what is on it? Can you go there and watch like hundreds of movies and TV shows?
You can watch Ring of Honor.
Yeah, it's an app for Ring of Honor.
And then there's probably
that'd be like if back in the day when they only had the WWE Network And if Raw would have left USA to just go to the WWE Network before it was on Peacock or something, that would not have been good. No.
But
if it went to
to
WWE
you, it's not
24/7,
good, but to others,
no, it's
it is
no,
good.
no. You're not going to even argue this, Incher.
Yes,
It's
I
not been
am.
a good move. It's not a good move. It's not prestigious. It's not important. I would say it actually takes away from AEW, takes away Tony Khan's like focus. It's just it's a worthless thing. It's worthless.
To you, it's worthless, but to others, it is.
To
cool.
who's out there like, man, I really love this app.
We had a caller.
not
He
what it
called
was,
in and
Incher.
said he was all about Ring of Honor. So
who?
I forget the guy's name. He hasn't
He
called
probably
in.
does, you know, like the guy's not even an important person.
I gotta call him up and pay him again, so he'll call in. Say he's all here for Ring of Honor.
Do you have like a stake in the company or something?
No,
Maybe it was very subject.
I'm really behind on it, so I haven't watched it in a while. So, but
Jeez, you just want to argue, is what you're saying.
yeah, I like arguing with you, you big
This is
bitch.
what you say no, you're not.
Just like, man, I love that Ring of Honor. I love seeing Abe Maxwell against who the hell's even on it? Like
See,
the
you
Men-
don't
Men at
even
Work or
have a
something?
clue of what's on it.
Maxwell.
See, there's tons of wrestling that I'll try to bring to Jack and be like, this is some good stuff.
What the fucking hour are you
And you're
talking
like-
about?
You're
When
like,
the-
oh,
what?
whatever.
What?
I'm
Like-
talking about what you're doing right now. You go, oh, whatever. That's a bunch of
It
crap.
stinks.
And then you watch something and you're like, oh,
I've actually
that was
been
pretty
to
good.
I've actually been to it live. It's just like worthless matches before the stuff that people actually care about's on. Like it's like Smart Mark. I went to a show and it was like Smart Mark versus Pentaco. Like who the fuck am I? Who the hell wants to pay to watch that? You think I'm going to pay a
gotta
monthly
watch
fee
the
to see
program
Serpentico?
and
It's
see
Smart
the
Mark to see a
development
manager
of
wrestle a
the
job
character.
guy.
You gotta,
That'd
you
be
gotta
like back
actually
in
watch
the day.
it.
Man, you
Give
gotta
it a
buy
shot.
this to see Mario Mancini wrestling Mr. Fuji.
You're very closed-minded when it comes to
No,
other
I'm
people's
not.
opinions.
I'm not.
Yes,
I
you
bought
are.
Ring of Honor pay-per-views. I watched
Every single opinion that I ever said, you're like, oh, what the hell do you know, Incher? I'm going to
the
do
show
what I want
sucks.
to do.
Who's gonna? How many people are gonna argue
go
that
F
Ring of
yourself,
Honor under
Incher.
AEW is good?
You try to help
It's
me
not that it
watch the
sucks. It's really
program.
just worthless.
Screw it.
It's just
I ain't gonna watch it.
matches that no one cares about. That no one important's there.
I like
Dalton Castle was wrestling
When the Ring of
there.
yeah,
You
and
like
then
Dalton
what does he do
Castle.
when he's on AEW? He's a job guy. So the jobbers are the Ring of Honor guys. They treat him as complete
There was a nice
jobbers.
program between Johnny Nitro and Dalton Castle.
I would say
You
it's a
prob-
complete
if you
waste
would have
of
watched
both
it,
guys.
you probably would have
That
enjoyed
is
it.
a complete waste of both guys.
Well, they got to
Well,
get
yeah.
somebody to sell the network or whatever. The
If
Honor
they didn't
Club.
have a TV show for it, they shouldn't have made it a thing.
Well,
We already
I
have.
enjoy it.
We already have 5 hours live every week of AEW, plus like 20 hours of WWE. Like, how many hours can I freaking watch wrestling?
You got to Jimmy Jam it up, Jack. You got to Jimmy
That is
Jam
you
it up.
turn to. You'll sit there, the TV will be on. They'll
Like
be the hot
Your whole life has to be wrestling.
Yes.
Don't stay
It's
for
yeah,
your
be
eyes
like
open.
Clockwork Orange, right? With the eyes pried open. Matt Hardy, this is from Nikhil. Matt Hardy assesses AEW run with brother Jeff. I just think some of the creative decisions that were made once Jeff came back and he spent 3 or 4 months kind of proving himself. Look, I'm not going to read all this. Don't give me this bullshit, him proving himself. The guy had a big chance after failing many, many times, and he blew it. He got drunk, drove. You could have called someone, So I have no sympathy. Do I think they were used great? No. Do I think either of them deserve another shot? Absolutely not.
That reminded me of Road Dogg when you said that. You better call somebody.
You better call. We should. There's no reason in modern day for someone, especially a guy with drug issues, dependency issues, to get behind the wheel when he's drunk or on drugs.
Yeah.
He could. There's Ubers, there's Lyfts. He could have called his brother, could have called his friends, could have called somebody from the company. So I have no sympathy for that at all.
Yeah.
Lexar. Thoughts on the Triple H comment? WWE.
No, I want to go back to that, Jack. I think him getting
You're
in
going
the
to
car.
be pro drunken driver now?
I just wanted to argue for argument's sake. No, I'm not going to be pro drunken driver.
Hell yeah, get in your car and kill somebody. 1 inch biceps.
Thoughts on the Triple
like
H
Tommy.
comment? WWE isn't a sport. It's a movie TV show about a sport. Absolutely. I agree. I mean, look, I respect the wrestlers and that, but obviously it's not a sport. And I think that's a good way to explain it. It's a show about a sport. That's why I always thought the use of sports entertainment word on the wrestling show is really stupid. Because on the show, they're in part of the TV show. So in the show, they're wrestlers. If you use sports entertainment outside of wrestling, like to describe what genre it is, that makes sense. Like on Game of Thrones, you wouldn't have the characters saying we're in a medieval dramatic fantasy. You'd be like, what the fuck? You know, that would make no sense. But you could call it that outside of the show. You know what I'm saying? Or if you're watching an alien movie, Sigourney Weaver doesn't suddenly look at the camera and say, you know, we're in a science fiction film. He'd be like, what the hell?
Mm-hmm. And why is this thing a big phallic thing on top of his, like?
Because that's Geiger's into that.
It's like, why they gotta like make it a big penis?
Why is such a prude?
I mean, it's just like,
have you ever seen his art? It's very graphic, all of it.
Why do they gotta make a big alien head a penis?
Why did it like get you all excited or something?
No, it's just like, why does somebody gotta do that?
Why is my penis getting
The second penis mouth goes out into your mouth.
Damn.
It's like,
why does he have to drip acidic semen?
Yeah, that's just strange.
It'll burn you.
The rest of it just fine with an alien eating people coming out of eggs.
Yeah,
that's totally believable. But why would it be?
If it had a human head, it'd be cool.
Nikhil, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory was released 53 years ago today. Damn. One of the most beloved family films ever made and one of the most popular works of Gene Wilder. Making a story is like entering a world of pure imagination. Were you a fan? Of course. Good Lord, Nikhil. At least this is a good movie you like. I was surprised you don't refuse to watch it or something like the Rocky movies. But yeah. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, all-time classic.
Yeah, it's a classic. I enjoy it. Gene Wilder's probably one of my favorite comedic actors.
Yeah,
it's really good stuff.
I think I'd really wonder about somebody if they told me like they thought it was a bad movie.
I watched like an interview with Gene Wilder. Like he said that if they didn't give him the scene where he limped out and then did like the flip, that he'd have a problem with it. So
he said he wouldn't do it or something like that.
Yeah, because he wouldn't get the disbelief of the audience or something.
You know, when wrestlers tell stories like that are just totally false and just made up, I think that's probably an actor's version of that. He's probably like, yeah, I'll do this. You're going to pay me how much? And he's like, oh, definitely, I'm down. But I think he just wanted to make it up that he wouldn't do it unless he had this one scene. It's like working the marks. He was working the marks with that one. Yeah.
No. Where are we here? Lexar. Mercedes Monet said that she has creative control in AEW. Are you intrigued? That's fine. I kind of think a lot of people do, because a lot of people just refuse to do things. So.
How's she going to use her creative control card? She's going to be like, not jobbing to Britt Baker. It's like she just wins every time she faces Britt Baker.
I kind of doubt it.
Yeah, she pulls a Hogan.
Probably just don't want to do it, get
Like,
into anything really stupid.
Tony's like, I really would like you to put Brett over tonight. And she's like, that don't work for me, brother.
That's the way this company shapes in because of bullshit like this.
Using their creative control to get free doesn't work.
Ain't no Dennis gonna beat me, brother.
Did anybody watch Who Killed WCW?
I've seen the first 3 episodes. I haven't seen the last one. So
Boy, could they jerk off Eric Bischoff any harder? Jesus Christ! It's like an Eric Bischoff rehabilitation story.
Really?
Yeah,
Well, we have
I'll be
nothing
from
to do with
people.
it.
Most people in the know, I've heard that from, and not most of them have not been big fans of it. It does. It sounds like it would probably annoy me as well, but I haven't watched it, so I can't be too hard on it.
No.
Yeah, I haven't seen it either.
I saw the 3rd episode was the last one I've seen, so there was yeah, they do let Eric kind of get away with a lot, and it's like, he was there too, so it's like, and like they did mention, like, because I mean there was a down period when Raw started overtaking WCW, and it's like, really, what did Eric do during that? I mean, he was there, so he did contribute to the downfall. I mean,
yeah, I think he was the guy in charge at that time.
Yeah, and he was saying it was like on the episode, he was saying it was mostly the executives saying they wanted a family-friendly show, but it's like, you did have Goldberg going on, and Goldberg was a pretty big deal at the time. I mean, why did you let Kevin Nash go out there and just destroy him, with that whole taser thing and all that? I mean, he was still pretty big. I mean, I don't think it was time to take the belt off of him.
No, even as soon as he won the title, he was never like main eventing. He would always be like mid card, defend the belt, and the main events would always be Hogan still.
And like, who made those decisions? Eric Bischoff was the guy who was in control. So
yeah,
why did he let Hogan?
Nash might have been booking around that time, but yeah.
Well, he said that's when he took over the book, was when they, a little shortly after he took the belt off of Goldberg, because he said he wanted to help Eric Bischoff out because it seemed like he was like overworked.
Is The Rock and Eric Bischoff buddies? Are they tight?
I don't know. Maybe he's done a little lip service to The Rock. Like,
should I reach out to bro? He's a human being, bro. Should I reach out to Russo, get him on here, and we'll talk about it?
Yeah.
He's been on a couple times. He'd probably do it.
That'd be interesting.
Bro counter every time he says bro.
Listen, bro. Yeah, it was like 253 times or something.
I did like that they said how David Arquette kind of like realized it was a bad idea for him to have the heavyweight championship. Was he's talking to Booker T, and then Booker T, he was like, how many times have you had this book? And he was like, I've never had it. And like, he just felt like, oh shit, that's fucked up.
Wouldn't you think he would know though? Like,
who, David Arquette?
Yeah, I'm not saying every guy who comes in should know everything, but if you're gonna become the champion, you should probably know, like, if the other guy was ever champion.
But I think that's the moment he realized, like,
yeah,
this is kind of fucked up. I got this.
We probably should have known it before.
It appears
David I can't blame him though. He's not like he's from the world of wrestling to know this stuff.
Yeah, you kind of got
to. His fault. Yeah,
you kind of got to be in the know with wrestling to realize, like,
it's not his fault that they put the belt on him.
It seems like he's as smart as the characters he plays in
Maybe
film.
David Arquette uses creative control.
Yeah.
Did you see the movie they made about him? The documentary?
Yeah, I was not a big fan. I thought it seemed like very phony.
He kind of did help Booker get the belt though. He brought his name up like that. Booker T should have it, like on the promo that he did on air. So,
on this day in wrestling history, Mike Awesome made his WWF debut 23 years ago, pinning Rhino to win the Hardcore Championship, starting the Invasion era. Any memories? Huge fan of Mike Awesome, but it was always really sad to me how lame he was in WCW. Came in strong, and then they gave him like just really shit gimmicks, and then there's really nothing in WWE except for the I thought he really went out there and proved like, oh, you know, this guy's still I am still special on the One Night Stand show.
Yeah. That really was a good moment when he came out there and faced Masato Tanaka, and they tore the house down on that. It was great stuff. Man, I remember having to go to work when that was on and just thinking, God, I'd want to just stay here and watch this. But I had to go to work. It really sucked.
Lexar, Tony Arborstar said there are too many matches on AEW pay-per-views. Does he have a point? Should a few of the matches don't belong on pay-per-view and should be saved for Dynamite, Rampage, or Collision? I mean, all those shows have tons of matches. So I would say absolutely not, because I think AEW fans seem to really love their pay-per-views, and the pay-per-views do really well. That was $1 million gate, had 10,000 people there. So I would say no. I think their pay-per-views for me always deliver. I mean, you've got tons of matches on every show already. It's not like you need to have the idea of saving matches for the free show is kind of strange. Like you already have all these matches already.
Yeah, the free show was pretty stacked too. Like as far as like matches, the 0 hour, had a lot of pretty big matches.
They were good too. The first one was like a quick squash, but there was a couple of really good ones on the Lucha Bros match was really good.
Yeah, that was pretty cool to see. First time they tagged with
and like I said, there is a difference. The AEW, a big selling point of AEW is the matches, and their actual pay-per-view. They're not, on a streaming service for $3 a month. So for someone to pay $50 for it, you want your money's worth. You don't want like, I just want a couple matches, and that's good. Plus, I mean, if you watch a show and the crowd was super excited for the main event, so I think that kind of shows, you didn't wear the crowd out.
Yeah.
Where are we? Nikhil. On this day, Kurt Hennig and Raven both made their WCW debut on Nitro from the MGM Garden Arena. Any memories? That's weird they did on the same day, huh? Kurt Hennig, I'm a big fan, but he was never the same after his injury. And Raven, I think, could have definitely... He was a guy that, when they always talk about the glass ceiling, I think that's definitely a guy that could have been a much bigger star in WCW.
Yeah.
Like, I get Russo's like thought where he came in there and some of the guys deserved, to get the big push, but I don't think that meant everyone did. Like we just replace all our top stars with all the mid card. Like I like Billy Kidman, but like Billy Kidman is not a Hulk Hogan guy. But like you could have elevated Raven, Jericho before he left. There's a lot of guys you could have elevated, but that doesn't just mean every single person on the show now is, Hugh Morris is a top guy, and like it just doesn't really work.
What belt did Goldberg have before he won the heavyweight championship? Was it the U.S. belt?
U.S. title?
He did.
Yeah, was it U.S.? And then he got it from Raven, didn't he? Didn't he?
Oh yeah, that was one of the best put together Goldberg matches. That's another thing.
Yeah.
Raven really knew how to put together not necessarily like what the classic 5-star match, but like an entertaining match. And that's very smart with Goldberg, because you're not going to have like this technical masterpiece, but it was a really fun spectacle, and it wasn't just a 2-minute squash.
Yeah.
Plus, it used all the flock. So, I mean, people give him credit, but I do think he's even still underrated, Raven. Really smart mind for wrestling. CM Punk credits him as the guy that really helped him, like, in Ring of Honor before he had his big run. Probably could be used today somewhere, just like, as a producer or
like creative.
Yeah. I don't know if he ever, I don't know, maybe he did somewhere. I don't know if he ever had if he was ever used in that capacity.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe he's dubbing some.
Yeah. And then there are, people have said some people just have a good mind for their own stuff and not, people said about like Ric Flair, like a good mind for Ric Flair, but not necessarily, like when he's booking WCW wasn't great. So I guess it would all depend. But I think he'd be a guy that, I would have given a shot to, like, very creative guy.
There's a YouTube thing where he makes over people's characters.
Oh yeah. It was on well, it used to be part of something else, and then it was on YouTube.
John Oliver thing.
Yeah. That's really weird how, so like the shoot interviews were kind of like dead, and then Sean Oliver like recreated them, I think, and now that's like completely gone. There is no, all that stuff's like, they're not putting out DVDs, and I mean, I guess no one's gonna buy a DVD.
Yeah, I seen a thing where he had the Woo Wings out. Does anybody remember the Woo Wings? I don't really remember those.
No, I don't know.
Yeah, those are still around.
Yeah, the Ric Flair one. I remember.
What are your memories of the Wings?
Yeah.
Are you intrigued?
I have a question. I didn't.
Did you have to
remember
pay
it at
extra
all.
to roll the wings in the sauce?
Where were they sold? Like, were they like a store bought?
You had to mail order them.
Yeah, or did you have to mail away for them? Or
You got to mail away and get some wings in the
No, they
mail.
open like little restaurants in the kitchen, and they take.
Oh, really? That's actually kind of cool, because I have some of that around me. They're like pop up. So what they do is, so it'll be like an existing place, like a Red Robin, and so there'll be a pop-up restaurant that will do like takeout or delivery, and what they do is they pay to also use the kitchen, but they'll have different ingredients and different stuff. It's actually kind of cool. There was a chicken, it wasn't a Woo Ric Flair wings, but it was another wing place that Troy and I went to that we liked, and it was one of those. I think it was at a Red Robin.
So Jack, I have a question. So is Ric Flair like coming up with this stuff, or are people coming?
Yeah, I'm sure someone. I really doubt Ric Flair sitting around like, I think I should use this mushrooms and a energy drink, and he's like sitting around like creating it. I'm sure someone just comes with them. Can we put?
He's just whoring out his name.
Yeah, your name.
Like in the Jerk with Steve Martin, where he's sitting at his desk, and like people are like, "There's kittens that need juggling kittens that need saving in San Marcos," or that's Ric Flair. He's sitting at the desk, like
totally.
I don't think George Foreman came up with a grill.
In the bathroom.
If somebody was to grant Ric Flair's wish that he could die in the ring, who's his opponent you think he would choose?
Oh man, interesting.
To die in the ring.
Mick Foley.
No, I don't think he'd want to. I don't think.
I don't think he respects Foley very much.
Maybe Triple H.
Triple H.
Oh, well.
But that's the thing.
He's got a bad heart.
That could be the first one.
He could die too.
Oh, maybe
exactly.
Well, maybe it'll go. It'll go Broadway, but it's an hour limit. It's just they both have heart attacks and die.
Heart versus heart match.
Oh my goodness.
They're both just fall over, and that's the end.
Oh
That's
man. Oh.
Who do you think, Intro?
That's so macabre.
Should it be Shawn Michaels again, maybe, or
again?
Like cause Sean did that thing where he's like, "I'm sorry, I love you," and then like
They
did
do it the whole
super
thing
kick,
again, and this time
but
he just
like
kicks
this
his
time
head
it's
off.
for real. It's just like he really kills him this time.
Just super kicks his
Come
head right off. He super kicks Flair's head into the third row.
Well, I think he would want to he wants just to wrestle until he just dies.
Uh-huh.
Like not like his head's decapitated by a super kick.
That would be an awesome finish, though. No one's ever going to top that.
Yeah, that would be pretty rough. Yeah.
And then he kicks out. He only gets a near fall off the
So
decapitation.
if his head gets super kicked into the front row, do you get to take Ric Flair's head home?
That would be
as,
awesome. Lexar, you're gonna get you're gonna go down to the bank to get a loan to buy Ric Flair's head off eBay if someone had it.
No.
How much would a Ric Flair head go for?
I think it'd go for
$1 million.
Yeah, it'd go for a
You
lot.
think it'd be in the millions?
Yeah, it'd go for a lot.
Yeah.
More than $1 million for sure.
Maybe he'd wrestle Conrad in his last match.
I think Conrad would be
man.
ready to just kill him at this point. I don't think he's very happy with Flair at the moment. Doesn't he say like he'll never do a show with his father-in-law?
I don't know.
I think he said like he won't do like a podcast with him, and I don't think he wants to do like a show with him just because he did bill it as Ric Flair's last match. And
Right.
so I think
saw a
he's kinda
picture of
hot.
his wife. She's like Jack.
Conrad's
Yeah.
wife.
He must be. He just must be a real good man.
Conrad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
he seems like an all right dude.
You're like friggin' Cody Rhodes now, because you for years have nothing but mocked and ridiculed him. I try to make a joke putting him over. You're like, oh, I think Conrad's a good man. What a lying sack of shit. Fucking Cody Rhodes the second over here.
You're calling
that's fighting
calling your partner for several years. Right now, you're calling me a lying stack of shit.
And you've never said one good thing about Conrad. You're always trashing him. And I say something good about him. You're like, oh, I think, or it was a joke, really. And you're like, oh, I think he's a good man.
Maybe I've just had a slight.
That's the equivalent of CM Punk saying, I'm home.
No,
After 10 years of trashing WWE, I'm home. What a crock of shit.
I will say that he did kind of start the ball rolling on like being paid interviews and everything else, and like
you've done. Anyone who listens to the show regularly, you've never said a good thing about Conrad. You're always trashing him.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think he's
even in the head he rooted for him for like the man to go away or something. Go away of the year or.
I don't remember picking Conrad. Did I pick Conrad?
You picked him for something once.
I picked him for like probably the most the nicest guy
if
ever.
You're an honest man, like the most honest man in podcasting. You don't have to remember what you said because if you're being honest, it's always going to be the same.
You're not the most honest man in podcasting. That's such bullshit. You lie more than me. You lie more than me. No, it's not impossible because you do it daily.
We need the counter on these shows. We need a fact checker. We need the Headyverse fact checker. They'll be like interest told 75 big lies and 13 untruths this week.
That's like a bunch of hooey.
They'll go through all the fact checkers. Oh man, they're busy here. Let's see, Jonathan Jackson.
Steven, you want to take one up the fact checker?
What?
He can be the fact checker and the Raw reporter. He can. I'm adding another duty to his.
This is very
heavy
true.
list.
This is very. See, that's why your lies have run rampant because Al Ulb was the fact checker and he's not here anymore.
Dude, Al Ulb was like your golden boy back then. You're like, oh, I love you so much, Al Ulb. just
barely ever
just
talked about
trolling
it.
her all like crazy, and God bless.
I
you.
stood up. Actually, he got really pissed because I stopped. I wouldn't ask like his really bad stuff, and then he got mad and quit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was the guy that was
You
making
wouldn't
up all
ask his
those
really
intro
bad
stories,
stuff,
huh?
but there was some horrible things that you would ask me.
Well, I used to not try to read any of these beforehand because I thought I still do think it's funny if we read them for the first time on the show.
That was the fan fiction guy, right?
Yeah.
Oh
Al
man.
wrote some fan fiction.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember those. What poor intro. I used to feel bad. I was like, oh man.
Well,
guys, the clock strikes 12, and I must.
Good night,
see you
Steve.
later, Steven. Take it easy. We love you. You don't have to fact check. I was joking about that.
All right. No, he'd be too busy trying to keep up with all that. Just honesty.
Whatever.
Jonathan Jackson.
I don't know who Barney Oil is. I don't, but I laugh the hardest at all the jokes.
They do make me laugh.
I laugh like crazy.
Bruce discovered him
who knows
recently,
who
and he
is?
was loving him too.
Yeah, I downloaded every.
That's awesome. Yeah, I won't lie. Stuff makes me laugh. It's pretty rocky.
Yeah, look at his nose growing right here, right now. He's like, I don't
It
know
is
who he
funny.
is. He is funny.
He did look like Jack with the glasses.
He used to
on.
write song
Very
parodies. Oh, who
earlier
writes song parodies?
Yeah, I'm the only one who's ever wrote a song
reason.
parody. I
Mhm.
invented the song parody. The fucking Weird Al Yankovic stole my gig. Fucking Weird Al. Golgo says his fan fiction was better than Al Wolves.
I would say Golgo's is better than Owl's because, like,
It
he
was
put
more
more creativity into
Yeah.
it.
The
and Owl's was just like attack incher.
well, they were very repetitive. I think the first
Mhm.
couple made me laugh, but then it was always just the same thing. Like,
Yes. So
Um,
I definitely agree with that. And not just because I can't stand Owl. I would say Golgos were more creative and
well, if anyone
more,
out there wants to have a
well
hand in
well written.
bringing back Headyverse fan fiction, have a go at it.
I don't think we should bring it back.
It doesn't always mean it's like, gay sex with Fincher.
Well,
I mean, it probably would be, but
and it's like it was just bad because it was like for one, it got out of hand, and then I kind of turned the tables on the person, and then they start threatening to sue, and then it's like if you're going to threaten to sue, then you can't.
I mean,
like,
Lou
be
Knight's a good
part of it.
writer. I think he could probably come up with some good fan fiction.
Well,
I'm not interested in it. It just sucks. Look,
I think you have to just realize that if you're going to you got to learn to play ball. Like you can't always have the upper hand and everything, and if something is turned on you, then you just got to roll with the punches for the show. You know?
The old thing is, if you dish it out, you got to take it.
Mm-hmm.
Jonathan Jackson, have you ever tried penis plugs before? And is it a good merchandise idea in support of the? So what does that go into, like the urethra?
Oh no!
It does not sound pleasant.
That sounds horrendous.
It's a really small cork. Yeah.
Damn, really big for me. Giant penis hole. I don't know if that's a good thing. I don't want like a giant penis hole. I don't think. I have a gaping penis hole.
the urethra that ate Chicago.
Careful for what you wish for. I'm stuffing my face for that one too.
Yeah, I'll be stuffing your face after the show.
Oh,
Nikhil wants to know. On this day in 2009, Chris Jericho and Edge defeated the Colognes. I'm sorry. The Colognes and Legacy to become the new WWE Unified Tag Champs at the Bash from the Arco Arena. Any memories? Wow, the Colognes were in that. Doesn't seem very prestigious if the Colognes were in it.
Well, they were trying to push them at the time. I mean, to a degree, I
were?
think. Yeah, there was like a time where they were trying to push them, like Primo and Carlito and
Epico
and all of them.
and all of them.
Maybe that's when they're putting the old man in the Hall of Fame. Carlito's just a total bitch on Raw anymore. He's just like, I don't know what they're doing with him. It's like he has no character whatsoever. He's just like a lackey for the Judgment Day, and it's like just totally uninteresting. Damian Priest, and it's just like, yeah, don't be messing with Liv. Rey Mysterio's son. and then like Carlito's just like a bit player in that. It's like you
That's
came
why all the
back to
good stuff-
WWE for this?
That's why all the good stuff is on SmackDown and NXT.
Yeah, I mean that storyline's fucking awful.
Right, yeah. True.
It's like Damian Priest is the cock blocker. I mean, it's just really lame. He's probably one of the most uninteresting champions I think I've ever seen. I was hoping for his leg to just like pop right the fuck off whenever he was in the ropes, because that would have been like more interesting. Just to see like his leg pop off and then he falls to the ground bleeding. It's just like that would be better. Because this guy's so fucking uninteresting. It just makes me sick. He comes out and he's just like, oh, I'll say a few words in Spanish and yeah, I'm the champ. It's like, fuck this guy. He needs to earn this shit, not just be handed to him.
Dang.
He sucks.
I love
Fuck
him.
Damian Priest.
You know, I'm with you.
Fuck Cody Rhodes.
I don't.
Here.
I don't
Fuck
actually hate
Conrad
Damian
Thompson.
Priest, but I do think he's just not championship material.
You sucks.
Lexar wants to know, where the hell are we, Lexar? Former AEW star Paige Van Zant is going to debut for Power Slap. Are you intrigued? Not in the fucking least. I can't imagine watching that stupid ass shit.
Yeah, it's garbage. Dude. Power Slap.
Bruce, are you a big Power Slap fan?
No, I don't think it's a good idea. Like, probably not a good idea.
Lexar, you loving Power Slap? All right, I'm good, man. My fellow Branch is not a Power Slap fan, so that's. I really think you'd have to be like a complete imbecile to be watching this.
It's like, I do not know how to make money in any other way.
Just two morons just standing there slapping each other.
And then they get dumber each time they get slapped. So it's like, man, it's no winning.
Intry, you're not a fan of Power Slap, are you?
Yeah, I'm a pretty big fan of it. Like, I want to see this other guy get slapped right the fuck out of his skin.
You see that, mama? That boy done good slapped. Yeah.
Like, I just want to see like somebody get slapped in the face and like their jaw just like.
Now I think you're projecting on me here. You're just like fantasizing about what you want to see happen to me.
No. But
Now
now that you
Lube?
mention it. Oh God.
Oh man, Intry's gonna have an accident in his pantaloons.
Now that you
And they
mention
have
it, that would be good.
they have
that a
weird
power
rules
shit?
too.
I can
Power
barely see
shit.
Intry. It's like taking a nap or something.
I'm hiding.
They have rules like you can't flinch and you can't jerk or you can't step
Can't
into
jerk
it.
off.
Well, I'm sure they wouldn't want to do that. Oh, that's a power slap. Just slap his meat. You know?
Yeah, I'm gonna start Power Jerk. That'll be my show.
Power jerk. Like The guy that jerks his own skin off his bone is the winner.
Yeah, they're both just standing there, like vigorously jerking off.
Hey,
If you
with
go
such
some,
topics like this, wouldn't you want to just like hide from the show?
you get sponsored by Jergens.
Right now.
Pharrell.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, I'm telling on myself here, man.
Power Jack.
Donald Sutherland sadly passed away. My favorite film of him was A Time to Kill. What is yours? Maybe MASH. A great actor, and was. Oh no, honestly, my favorite it would be his remake of The Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
Body Snatchers. Yeah,
That's great.
that was in my hometown.
When I think of Donald Sutherland, I think of his role in Animal House.
It's a good one.
Yeah. I think of anyway, excuse me, but a lot of he was a guy who's really active even into like later in life. So.
Yeah, I think his most recent one was like a movie he did with Mira Sorvino. He was like a cop that was like investigating human trafficking. I forget what it was called, but it was one of those Lifetime movies.
Was it called Traffic?
Something like that. Very depressing, given like the subject matter of it, but he was a pretty good actor in it. And also, can't pass up a Mira Sorvino movie.
Let's see. I like Summer of Sam, but he's not even in that. Mira Sorvino is. Let's see. Donald.
You were that Buffy.
Sutherland. Oh, he's Canadian.
Yep.
Let's see. What kind of movies? What all is his movies? MASH, The Hunger Games, Kelly's Heroes, Invasion of the Body Snatchers, Pride and Prejudice, Animal House, The Dirty Dozen, The Hunger Games again, Forsaken, Don't Look Now.
Don't Look Now is also really good.
Backdraft, he was good in that as like the pyromaniac. You like that one, Lexar, don't you? He had a good performance in that, right? Did you find it realistic?
I haven't seen the movie.
You haven't seen Backdraft?
No.
Oh, you need.
I'm not a big movie buff.
Have you ever seen a movie?
The last time I saw a movie was like in a theater or just on TV.
I don't know. Either one.
All right, here's
No
a
Holds
movie
Barred
I bet
with
you've
Hulk
seen,
Hogan.
Lexar.
Have you ever jerked off to a movie?
The last movie I saw in a movie theater was in 2004. Was iRobot with Will Smith.
Really? A weird one. For,
Mhm.
Yeah, that probably would
imagine
sour
you've
me
seen
on
it.
movies too. I just like I don't need to see anything else now.
I just
Here-
saw a movie today.
Here
you
you go, Lexar. Lexar, here's a Donald Sutherland flick that you've probably seen. Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Nope.
You've never
He
seen
Haven't
was
seen that one
balloon
either. Not even a TV series. Nope.
Jeez.
Come on.
No, the view.
Did he ever wrestle a death match? Did Donald Sutherland ever fall off a ladder into thumbtacks?
Yeah.
Well, there
I
was
wish
that one
more.
time.
I wish
Take
more
tag with
actors would
black
take the
against-
David. I wish more actors would take the David Arquette route and try a death
Holy
match.
shit. They made a backdraft too?
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, look at this.
I know what
Backdraft
Andrew's doing after the show.
Backdraft
I saw
two.
Jacking off the back.
What?
Last movie I saw was Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Yeah.
Very topical.
I heard Donald Sutherland could pick things up with his toes.
Whoa, I can do that
Yeah.
too. On this day in 2004, WWE presented the Great American Bash. The Undertaker defeated the Dudley Boys in a handicap concrete crypt match. John Cena defeated Booker T, Rene Dupree, and RVD to retain the United States Championship. And JBL defeated Eddie Guerrero in a Texas Bull Rope match, become the new WWE champion. Any memories of this?
I thought Paul Bear was really dead when they like buried him in concrete.
Yeah.
It did look pretty good for like a WWE like trick. It was a pretty well done.
He wasn't there for like a long time, and he came back, and then they killed him.
Yeah,
It was pretty
that was
bad.
in 2004.
I think so.
Yeah,
I'm
was
pretty sure.
I thought we had him on the show before his comeback, and then we had the last time we had him on was after he'd come back and left again.
Well,
I mean, that's exactly what I thought.
The concrete angle where he got buried alive.
It was like when Eddie Guerrero and John Cena were like, like John Cena was starting to get kind of big, It was just like really.
Definitely came back after that.
Yeah, because he was with the Undertaker at like 20, right? When he came out. I remember that was like one of his later appearances.
Yeah, that was after.
So I can't. Did we have him on like in between then? Or
Yeah, I thought the first two times we had him on was before he did the last WWF appearance, their WWE appearance.
Yeah, that seems about right. But like, wait a minute. When was WrestleMania? What year was WrestleMania 20? Because I remember him being with the Undertaker then.
2004.
Yeah, he came back to WWE in 2010.
2010.
Yeah, because the first time. All right, this is going to be a little inside stuff on the show, and I don't want to say anything bad about Paul Bear. He's a really nice guy, and I think helped create the show, help create a buzz in the show. One of our first big guests. First time we had him on, he was really into the show. The first two times, and I actually talked to him a lot off the air. When he went back to the WWE later on, he definitely had changed. And I don't bring this up on the show, but he even was starting to call, like, he called us marks, and it was just a completely different guy. And I think it was because he had this return to WWE, and he was like, he just said, like, I'll do the show because I agreed to do it, but I don't normally talk to marks and stuff. And it was a little sad because he was not a guy that ever talked like that to me before. So I knew that he had gone back, after we had him on. So yeah, he went back in 2010 and 2012. But yes, but yeah, Paul Bear is one of my favorite guests on the show.
Maybe he was like so like happy he was like on our show and stuff, and he was like, maybe I'll listen to the other parts of the show. And then
No, I think it was the return of this.
Wait a minute.
I remember the same way meeting him, he was very nice. And then the last time we met him, he was also, I don't think he was doing well physically at the end of his life either. So that could have something to do with it. But he's definitely, it was different. Jonathan Jackson, do you have any merchandise ideas for wrestlers of the past, present, or the future? Well, I never talked about this, Incher. But do you remember the Boogeyman?
Yeah, I think I remember him.
Well, I have a really good idea, but I don't want to say it right now on the show in case any stooges.
Was he the guy that came out with the he had like the blaster thing and that was probably somebody.
Johnny B. Bad.
Yeah.
He ate ketchup and mustard all the time.
Johnny B. Bad.
Boogeyman.
Well, Incher, one of the things he did was he ate night crawlers. He ate worms.
Oh, really?
So I always had this
Think
idea.
about Uncle Sam. Sorry.
I always had this idea, guys. So I was like,
Is it
he's
gummy
eating
worms?
in the ring. Why not? You know, you want your fans to look at him and try to be like him. You sell gummy worms to the fans. So you got the kids in the audience. They look up to their hero, the boogeyman. They grab the gummy worms because then you're not just going to buy them. You're going to eat them. And you start shoving the gummy worms in your mouth. And then you're on camera. Then you get home. I can't wait till I get home, Mama, and see if they put me on TV. And then you get home and you see it. But then the thing is, you have the boogeyman then on two or three appearances on Raw because it's 3 hours. What second hour comes around? Little John, he's like, Mommy, I need more gummy worms to the boogeyman. She's like, No, Johnny, I already bought you some. And you start crying like a little bitch. And so your mom's gonna buy more boogeyman gummy worms. So they do this a second time, then a third time. So you're just selling these out the ass. And then you're going home, and little John's like, I ain't got no gummy worms. The kids are gonna make fun of me at school. I'm gummy. So then you got to buy another bag of gummy worms when they go home as a souvenir. So you're selling like 4 bags of boogeyman gummy worms to the same people every show. You're selling gummy worms out the wazoo.
Whoa.
License
And you're at a wrestling
money.
And you're at a wrestling event, so you can sell the gummy worms for like $67. You know.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah, it's not gonna be $2. We're not at the fucking Dollar Tree.
Oh yeah. For the adults, they could serve like a birthmark, hot
Damn.
birthmark.
What is this, like Dusty Rhodes merch?
Well, just like the thing he ate off that lady's face.
Oh,
Jillian Ball, yeah.
But then just make it like shaved
Red
ham
Claw.
with like juice on it, and then like you could buy it at concession, and they could have that for the adults, like for the boogeyman.
I think Intra went to call the dirt sheets to try to tell them about my idea.
Maybe like a
Speaking of-
sloppy Joe without meat or buns on it. Sorry.
It's all right.
Anyway.
Speaking of bitch, the Rainmaker's new gimmick of calling people bitch is one of my favorite things in wrestling right now. Gogo is very pro bitch. All right, where were we? Nikhil wants to know, on this day in 2002, Edge and Hogan defeated Billy and Chuck to become the new tag champions from the Fleet Center in Boston. Any memories? You know what? I remember Hogan and Edge tagging, but I actually don't remember them becoming tag champs.
Yep. Couple times.
Huh.
You weren't there?
No.
They're like, we need to get the belts off of Billy and Chuck now.
Billy and Chuck.
It's probably after the wedding.
Lexar, if you were gonna ask any of the Headyverse members for their hand in marriage, who would it be? The Billy and Chuck style.
Geraldine.
I don't think that's really the same as Billy and Chuck, but
Okay. I guess Stephen Butler. He's kind of like, better yet, Nikhil Callahan. Nikhil
all
Callahan.
right, yeah, you guys who love the wrestling together, you be WrestleMania.
We met up at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Get like
Dogs with a
Chinese
Greek.
takeout. Watch
We both asked tons of questions.
That's true.
Would
Lex-
Post and Jonathan Jackson just get together? That'll.
I gotta can't separate the races, huh? Yeah. Put the 2 black guys together, got great. Yeah.
Lexar, a fan that can't stand WWE and trolls its fans, went to the SmackDown tapings last Friday. Thoughts on internet? Well, if you really don't like the show, and who are you sticking it to if you bought a ticket? Do a promotion and spent your time there. I mean, you're not really sticking it to them. You're just
Oh,
being
next
stupid.
time I'm gonna give them all this paper that's in my pocket.
Actually, Jack, that's kind of like a new thing, or like people that have like content on YouTube that like offer subscriptions to talk to them. People will actually buy subscriptions to call them up just to talk crap to them.
Right.
Yeah,
Well,
it's weird.
Yeah, that's a little different, I think, than buying a ticket to go to a show, because like that's
Yeah.
a lot of money. But I know I've
you,
watched
buddy.
like YouTube shows where people like take super chats, and like almost all of them are just like trolling them.
Yeah, paying money to like hate on you. I'll take that hate.
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck you, buddy. Your product sucks. Here's
Here's
$100.
$100.
Hey, thank you.
Like, oh fuck! I can't believe that you really got me.
Eat shit, Coach. $200. Oh, cool. I'll eat it right now. Had those. It'll be in the shape of a dummy worm in the shape of a piece of crap. Might as well.
Actor Martin Mull passed away. My favorite roles of him was playing the principal in Sabrina the Teenage Witch. What is yours? Probably an odd one, but I was a big fan of Fernwood Tonight, which is not available anywhere, but I was a big fan. Martin Mull, very funny guy.
I liked
I
him in
remember when he had
Roseanne.
his own show when I was in like grade 4.
Mm.
Was on for about a year.
Yeah, Fernwood Tonight, and then America
Nope.
Tonight.
After that, though, you got like a family sitcom.
No. Yeah, I don't know if I've ever seen that, but I was always a fan. When he was really good on Roseanne too.
Yeah.
Lexar, in accordance with having the canvas, can Jack look over the TNA shop site and see what they have? Do they still have a TNA shop?
TNAmerch.com.
I think TNA is going to get bought by WWE like very soon.
Oh God, no.
I looked
hope
the other
not.
day and I tried
I
because I
think they
wanted to get
are.
I wanted to get a
Oh.
Joe Hendry shirt, and the designs are just so goddamn awful. Like,
Because like TKO and like UFC and like Spike TV and TNA and everything is like too much.
That's
So,
terrible.
let's see. Oh, look, we got a new PCO shirt.
Hell yeah.
How do you blow these up? There we go. That's pretty cool. I like PCO.
isn't that Steph Backer, or is that like some other Stephanie?
The Quebecers or something.
No, he was part of the Quebecers, but yeah, that's a different. I don't know who the woman is, honestly.
That's pretty cool.
But I do like this. That's actually well made. That's a cool shirt, I think. Suplex the stigma.
What?
I don't know. I don't even know what that means. What does that mean? Zia Brookside, Angel of the Ring.
Who the fuck is Zia Brooks?
I don't know who these people are. The Militia?
Oh. Is that like Masha Slamovich or something?
The Militia. Yeah, Masha Slamovich and Alicia Edwards.
Oh wow.
Wait, Moesha? Like
Moesha,
Brandy?
the fucking old sitcom? Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's Brandy.
The
Might be
best of
copyright
Drew
infringement.
New DVDs, the best of Drew Galloway. Like,
Yeah, no, what the hell? How long was he in TNA for? Like 6 months?
It's the best of Eli Drake.
Yeah, he's been a little while there. He was in TNA. He had like a match with Kurt Angle. That's probably on that one.
Let's see. We got him versus Kenny King, Drew Galloway versus Loki, King of the Mountain match versus EC3, Team
Yep.
TNA versus Team GFW Lethal Lockdown
Versus Kurt Angle. Yeah.
Kurt Angle
Mhm.
versus Matt Hardy, Feast or Fired, Jeff Hardy, Matt Hardy, Lashley, and Moose.
Moose.
You gonna buy that Inchman?
Yeah. Buying it right now.
This is Joe Henry shirt. I believe in Joe Henry. Yeah, it's not the greatest. Not terrible, but not the best. Not bad.
Yeah, I like
All right.
sweaty people on my shirts. Just like them being all sweaty.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Let's see. Who's your favorite sweaty person?
Ew.
You know, Gallagher used to really sweat a lot when he was doing this.
Gallagher?
Yeah, when he would be
Like when
busting.
he'd squash watermelons?
Yeah, didn't you ever notice how much he used to sweat?
I
He
can't
always
say I
had, like-
really watch a lot of Gallagher, so I don't know.
Looking close.
Do you have the Best of Gallagher DVD?
No, I don't have that one.
Seamus fucking sweats. Boy,
Big Boss.
Have
Man
you guys
used to-
heard? You guys heard that story about Hulk Hogan went to Jerry Jarrett's house and he like was sweating so much he like sat down and got up and it was like a puddle of sweat in the chair, like a puddle, not just like
Damn.
condensation,
I sweat a
but
lot
actual
when I'm walking,
puddle.
When I'm walking a lot. If I walk like
Mhm.
10 to 12 miles, I'll be sweating a lot.
Oh
I've
man.
done that though. I've walked a lot, and then I'll sit in a bench, and I'll get up, and I can see it's all sweaty.
Yeah, Jerry Jarrett said it was like cup of water
Yeah,
type
scoop it
sweat,
all
like
up.
spill.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Ooh.
But then I scoop it all up, and I send it out randomly to Headyverse members.
Oh.
Jackie Jones ass sweat.
I've seen like fart filtering like chairs.
Really?
Where
Does it
says,
save the
like,
farts?
There's like little holes where like the fart would come out so it wouldn't reverberate.
Oh.
But
I thought you meant like you fart into it and it saves it. Like I was gonna
I've
try to
seen-
bottle my farts and send out
I've
to
seen
the Headyverse.
charcoal ones too, though. But I mean,
Damn.
I've seen tube ones. I did a search one day.
Lexar, would you be proud if I sent you like a bottle of my farts? Would you like keep it as a souvenir?
Nah. I'll send it back. You can have your forts.
All right. Money in the Bank predictions. Jey Uso versus Carmelo Hayes versus
Yeah, I think
Andrade
he's gonna win.
versus Andrade versus Chad Gable versus LA Knight versus Drew McIntyre in the men's Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
I think
Jey
Chad
Uso.
Gable.
Chad Gable.
That's Shorty G.
Damn.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be Drew McIntyre. I think probably CM Punk will scream out of that one too.
Io Sky versus Chelsea Green versus Lyra Valkyrie versus Tiffany Stratton versus Naomi versus Zoe Stark in the women's. Wow, there's not a lot of the main people in that.
Chelsea
Wow.
Green.
I'll say Naomi.
Probably
Vintage girl.
Lyra Valkyria. They seem pretty big on that girl right now.
The last chance match for the World Heavyweight Championship. Damian Priest defending versus Seth freaking Rollins. If Priest wins,
Oh.
Rollins will never challenge for the title as long as Priest is champion. If Rollins wins, Priest must leave the Judgment Day.
Rollins.
Based on the stipulation, I would say that Damian Priest is going to win.
Whoa.
But, like, I don't know. I don't want it. I don't want. Can we just like cancel this match? That would.
I'm
be
not
like-
really. I don't know if I'm into any of these so far, but
Yeah,
I guess
that
I
doesn't
don't know.
sound so hot to me.
Sami Zayn defending the IC title versus Braun Breaker. I think this is the end of Sami Zayn's run.
Oh yeah.
He's gonna get his ass whooped. Gonna get broken by the man who likes to break stuff, Braun Breaker.
More
Yeah,
likely.
First he took out Ricochet. Now he's gonna kill.
Damn.
Sami Zayn.
Cody
He
Rhodes.
likes it because that's his name.
Exactly.
Eh.
Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton, and Kevin Owens versus the Bloodline in a 6-man match.
The Bloodline.
Cody's not even defending his belt.
Yeah, I hope the Bloodline beats the shit out of him.
Damn.
That'd be pretty cool. You think Jacob Fatu could just like take his thumbs and like stick them in Cody's eye socket? Just like, rip his eyes out.
What if he did that as a shoot? Would you feel bad?
No.
After calling it?
I'd be like, hell yeah. You listen to the show.
Man. By the way, folks out there, hit the like button. Subscribe if you would be so kind, and you can do it. Help support the show. Join the Headyverse or Venmo Headyverse or send a super chat. We will like it. Also, if you would like to be part of the new video opening of the show, send in a photo of yourself holding an In Your Head sign saying, I love In Your Head, Headyverse, whatever it is. You can Photoshop it in, however you want to do it. You can be creative. Send that in. Message me on Facebook or email iyhwrestling@gmail.com. And you can be part of the opening.
Hell yeah.
Do it up, Lexar. Don't be a bum. Lexar wants to know, do you think that inanimate objects see, listen, and think? Damn, that's a really heavy question.
They might.
That would be weird though. Like if I'm sitting here in this like, these the New Day figures are actually listening to me.
Yeah.
Can you hear me, dude?
I wonder if he wants a bowl of bootios.
Like, I know it's not real, but it's like sometimes I think like my car like doesn't feel good.
What?
Yeah.
Do you ever
Was it Tesla?
No, I don't.
You ever go up there and rub its muffler?
No.
It'll be okay, baby.
Does it ever rub your muffler?
But like, I just remember like I didn't want to like because I drove my car. I drove my car a lot the day before, and then I didn't want to like drive it a lot the next day. So just to like show that I appreciate it, I'm giving it a day off. I guess I don't know.
You ever kiss it?
No.
Do you think that Lexar? Do you ever sit around thinking that like that Matt, the TNA Matt's listening to you or watching you?
Actually, yes.
Really?
I feel like that, like objects like my GCW canvas, like the WWE ring apron. That's when sometimes I haven't fixed it yet, but I feel like sometimes the WWE ring apron like criticize me watching AEW or watching porn.
Oh, damn.
I could be watching Playboy TV and it's probably criticize me how dirty I am, or watching AEW or GCW and nothing WWE related is probably criticizing me.
Damn, they're like, take your hand off your ding dong, Lexar.
Yeah.
It's
But the
these
TNA
damn
canvas
papers
too is,
people are gonna hear you.
yeah, and I play video games and if I get frustrated, I yell and scream. So this happened last week. I lost a game and I got and I'm yelling out frustration and
Do you think
anger.
it got offended? Do you think the Matt got offended?
I don't think it does anything.
Think it was disappointed in you?
It's just
Hey. Well, you
like
know
if I-
what? You got to start making the Matt, proud. Start being, straight and narrow. Be a good man.
Yeah, just put on the TNA channel here.
Make the CBS Sports banner happy.
Just give it a last name so you could like act normal if people ask you who you're talking to. Be like it's Matterson.
Yeah. Sometimes I think if I sell something, I think it will like miss me. Like it won't.
Really?
It won't.
thought we were friends.
It'll wonder
sell-
where I'm at and like,
Sell that ass.
yeah.
Wonder how
Well,
they got involved in the same
You know, if,
page.
like if you sell like a Tecmo Bowl, you're like Tecmo Bowl will miss me.
Yeah, it'll be like, where did my owner go? Oh,
Is that why you keep everything?
yeah, I feel bad to let it go.
Yeah. You're like, man, this receipt's gonna miss me.
I'm the one who cares for it the most, and
Man, you
Can't
guys are a
let
bunch
it go.
Jack.
you guys are fucking insane.
You'll hug your car.
I never said I hugged my car. I'm like,
Yes,
I
you would.
kiss my bicycle sometimes.
There you go.
Get my tongue caught in the chain.
Whoa!
oh wow.
I saw this program that like
Right?
I saw this program that like this guy married his own car and like had sex with it.
I saw
Man.
that. I didn't see the sex part, but
Was he the top or the bottom? And was he like banging the gas tank or
Have I fell into the
He was,
web
like,
of
riding the
Lexar
road,
where he's like he set this question up for us and he was just open so he could catch me in his web and start making this joke about banging cars and stuff?
Have you ever thought of making sweet love to your car?
No.
Maybe if Incher like took it to MTV's Pimp My Ride and just have it a complete makeover.
Have you
They
watched
don't,
it?
they don't do that show anymore, Lexar.
I know. It's completely fake anyway.
Nikhil, have you watched the HBO show Silicon Valley and did you enjoy it? I've never seen it.
No, I think I thought about watching that one. Was that the one that Judd what's the Beavis and Butthead guy's name? Is it Judd Nelson?
Mike Judge.
Mike Judge, that's it. What was that the show that he was doing?
I have no idea.
I think it was. It
Yeah,
did
I
look
think
pretty good.
I wanted to watch it.
Yeah.
I saw on Comedy Central there's gonna be a new Beavis and Butthead series on Comedy Central.
Yeah, I saw that ad the other day
A
too.
revamp.
I think kids might like it.
Have you Lexar, have you been keeping up with your old high school classmates and see what they've been up to? This year
No.
actually, Lexar, is my 30th anniversary graduation.
You going?
Graduated 30 years. No.
I talked to my close friends that I went to high school with, but like outside of that, it's not like I'm looking to talk to anybody I went to high school with.
Yeah, a couple of years ago, I briefly dated someone I went to school with. It was someone that never talked to me in high school.
Your kindergarten teacher.
No, it was a girl I went to school with. But no, I mean some of them are on my Facebook, but I don't know. Maybe they fall. I know like one guy I know, Paul, I went to school with and played game. You know, he was like in my D&D group. He mentioned he had asked me something a year or two ago, and he mentioned that he sees me all the time walking around town, and I always think, well, why don't you say hello?
Yeah.
Then maybe he's
Kinda
wondering
weird.
why you don't say hello.
Well, because I'm walking and he's driving around or something.
In
Or
Walmart,
he
the
would
other
have to stop the flow of traffic to be like, "Hey, Neil."
hell yeah.
You
Just
you
be
just
like a
think
honk.
you
I
just think a motorcade
I
should
always have my
stop for you.
I
They'd
always
like-
have my earbuds in as well. So I've even apologized to some of the people like at the grocery store or whatever, because I'll say like, if you say something to me and I don't reply, I'm not being rude. I probably just I don't hear you because I'm listening to audiobooks and stuff. And I've done that many times. Ignored people on my walks. But not
Good night.
purposely.
That's just his excuse.
Good night.
I got
Good
my
night,
I'm
bitch.
done.
No, Alex, are you good, man?
Good night, Lexar.
Alexa also wants to know. Let's see here. No, this is
Going all Son
Nikhil.
of Sam, listening to floor
I'm
mats.
getting
and
really
shit.
fucking sleepy here. Alexa,
Yeah.
Nikhil wants to know. USA got knocked out of the Copa America soccer tournament hosted by the USA. Are you upset? No,
What the hell's the Copa soccer tournament? What?
I don't know. Is that the Copa Cabana?
Yeah, who came up with that?
Some asshole.
Fuck that guy.
I like those fruit hats. Those are cool.
Fruit
Like-
hats.
Oh yeah.
They have
Like-
fruit hats.
Like they used to do dances, and then like they'd have the hat made of just fruit.
Oh, is that where that's from?
Yeah,
I remember Bugs Bunny had one of those.
That's what they play soccer with. And sure, they wear fruit hats.
Oh.
It's like a fruit basket, but soccer trophy.
That would be cool. You got to not lose any of the fruit. Lexar wants to know: have you? Oh, we did that one. What age did Jack and Incher start balding?
Start what?
Going bald.
Balding?
Yeah.
Oh, I was even
were
like I
born
remember
bald.
my hair was kind of thin in my 20s. Like I started getting like the widow's peaks and stuff back
Yeah.
then. So
Probably my late 30s, I guess. I don't know. A little bit after we started doing the show, I think. Who will be the wild card to face Jeff Jarrett on Dynamite?
who's he
Hangman
like
Page.
feuding with?
Hangman Page.
I'm gonna say Dustin Rhodes.
Dustin Rhodes.
Dustin Rhodes.
Alexar, have you ever been to summer school?
No.
I did driving school during the summer once, but
Okay.
it was never summer school.
Nikhil, on this day 15 years ago, Sheamus debuted on ECW. Are you a fan? There's been times I've been a fan.
Am I a fan of Sheamus on
Yeah.
ECW or
Not
just
on ECW, but there's been times I like Sheamus, and then sometimes
Yeah.
I'm not. So. I think he's currently having really good matches.
Yeah, I think so.
Brian
I-
Matthew Cluttar, Incher's young boy, wants to know, what's your favorite thing to do to Ronnie Garvin?
Mhm.
And why did you
What's-
burn it?
To shake the man's hand.
I like where he stomps on people.
I always hated that move, to be honest.
I liked it. I don't know. It's just like
It looks so stupid.
brutal.
Lexar, yesterday my local New Jersey Transit raised fares by 15% throughout the system. When was the last time your local transportation raised fares? I don't fucking know. Jesus Christ.
There was a 7% rate increase 2 years ago, I believe. Otherwise, I'm not aware of one.
What are your favorite more memories of paying more to get fucking?
Ludite's got the right idea right now.
Well, that was it for Nikhil and Lexar. We got two more here. Stephen Butler, would you mind if Chad Gable hid at your house for a few days?
Seems kind of annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure, why not?
He seems small enough. You could probably just put him in a closet and
Damn.
forget
Probably
about
tower over your little ass.
That's almost like
it. How tall is he?
6'10".
Aren't we the same height? How can you say like you're?
I never said I was a giant.
Jeez.
Chad
How
Gable.
tall
But the
is
thing is, they always lie about
Stephen?
these people's heights.
Yeah, they give him like 4 inches.
Yeah, it's saying he's 5'8". I
They
bet
give him
that's
like
false.
4 inches.
I bet that's false. I bet he's like 5'5" too.
So if he's 5'8", he's probably like 5. Because they say Sami Zayn's 6'1". There's no way he's 6'1". He wouldn't have called him Shorty G if he's 5'8".
Yeah.
The average height.
Ryan Matthew Klatar. How many talking pot plants does it take to direct someone else's passion project?
5.
Little inside baseball. All right. Well,
Did
that
you
was
say
it.
Spaceballs?
Yeah, they're making a sequel entry. You
I
pumped?
know.
You excited? You throwing babies in the air?
I'm looking forward to it, but it's got to have Rick Moranis in it. If it
He ain't
doesn't
gonna-
have
he-
Rick Moranis,
He ain't gonna come out. He wouldn't come out of retirement to do
I
that
thought he was
shit.
wanting to come out of retirement.
That is it.
No, he's alive, but he hasn't done anything in years.
Yeah, he's alive.
Yeah,
He was
quit
waiting
because
for
they
like
care.
his kids to grow up, I think.
I mean, he wouldn't come back for like Fortunes to do the Ghostbusters movies.
That's why I thought he was dead.
Yeah, he just don't
He
want to
did
be
get punched in the face a couple years ago.
If he was dead, the Ghostbusters would have been a good one to come back for.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
And I also saw that they make a Pizza the Hut action figure.
That's pretty awesome. That's real.
Yeah.
Merchandising.
You gotta tell me that don't put a smile on your face.
I like how the toppings all fell off of it when he was talking all the
Mm-hmm.
time.
Wasn't that the agreement? Like they could do Spaceballs, but like he didn't want them to do any action figures. Like Lucas said, which really they could have just done Spaceballs no matter what. I mean, it falls under parody, so
Yeah.
it's like, what could he do about it? I guess he just wanted to make sure that he was cool with it. I guess. But I believe that's the agreement. Like he asked Lucas if it would be all right if he spoofed Star Wars. He said it's fine, but just don't make any action figures or merchandise from it because he didn't want anything to be like, for people to be confused with, Spaceballs or Star Wars.
That's nuts.
So that's why they had that big joke about Spaceballs, the movie, and Spaceballs, the flamethrower, and Spaceball, like all the merchandise. They just slapped their name on.
I have never.
You seem pretty entertained by that, Jones.
What did you say? Sorry. Something about like putting your name on something. I was paying attention, kind of.
Like the first Star Wars character was that dude with like the throat guy that you were talking about.
Deep throat.
Well, the dude with the wrappy aroundy head.
Oh, Bib Fortuna.
Yeah.
I'm a big
He was
fan
one of my
Bib
favorites. He was
Fortuna.
cool.
I
Freaked
liked
me
him,
out when I was a kid.
even though he's asking for money. Can you imagine being Bib Fortuna and be like, "I want money to do an interview"?
And how much do you ask for?
I didn't get that far. I was like, no.
You weren't even going to entertain
Who was it?
it.
Someone wanted. It was like a real low money. It was like a couple bucks to do
The
the show.
human
And
tornado.
I wouldn't pay him, but Intro was like, just pay the guy. It was like $3 or something.
I'll figure out.
It was pretty low.
And you can interview me about it.
It was really, it was under $10. I think it was like $3 or something.
Yeah.
So it was just the principle of the matter, huh?
He wanted $3 to do the show.
$3? Spares the thought. Oh no.
Yeah, I was
Get out of here.
I'm not paying someone to come on the show, but it is kind. Intro just like just pay him the $3.
You're like, hey man, just give me 25 cents. I'm doing bad. 25 cents? Yeah, you piece of crap. Hang up.
But imagine if we would have done that, we would have had the world's greatest human tornado interview.
Mm-hmm.
People don't even know who he is anymore.
I don't know if they ever seen any of his
If
matches.
they ever
back
knew
in
who
the
he
day
was.
either.
He had a little bit of a buzz when he did the Balls of Steel gimmick.
Mm-hmm.
But he was at his height when indie wrestling really didn't have much of a buzz going on. Like if he would have been around now, like he might have ended up like in a run in AEW or something.
Mm-hmm.
Because that video, the Ball of Steel stuff, probably would have got, it'd be like I mean, not really that he's the same of Danhausen, but I could see him like, it would get people like sharing it and stuff, and I could see them bringing him in for at least a run to see how he turned out.
Well, that's a guy that's gone from.
Yeah, it's a guy. Honestly, like I'm a big
AEW.
AEW fan, but I think they're really because he's wrestling on Indie, so he's fine. I don't even think he's a good wrestler. I think he's kind of lousy, but he is super over, so you can really do something with him. You should at least have him on the show. Maybe not as a wrestler, but he just comes out and the crowd go nuts. They go nuts and they buy his merch. So, and if you're never going to use him, why do you even have him under contract? I don't understand.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's a guy I think they really have missed their boat with. All righty, guys. So we're gonna get out of here. Had a good time.
Had fun.
Then hit the like button. Thank you, El Santos World, Josh Richards, Brian Matthew Clutter, and Coast in Your Head. Our fine producers. Venture's giving you guys thumbs down for some reason.
I'm trying to make it. It did the thumbs down earlier.
Oh,
I read a thing. Maybe it's like you do it in the middle of the screen.
Bruce sent a thing like, if you do a heart.
Apple.
There you go.
There you go. Yeah, you're sending me the hearts. Yeah.
You like this, and it'll like do like lasers and shit.
He's probably just sending that to
do like
car.
this. Do like this.
He's not going to do
like,
that now.
oh
my God! He's worshiping Satan, Santo. Where's Tazo? We got Satan over here.
To Incher, so I sent you screenshots of the thing.
Oh.
So anyway.
I seen you sent something. I didn't know what that was.
I wish I had an Apple phone now.
Tazo sent me a message today asking if he could zoom in and say like all this racist shit. I was like, no. Like if you want to just, I'm fine if Tazo wants to call in and just be like, normal for Tazo. But... Man.
See, I thought this was like witchcraft or something when I first started doing it. But let's see.
A glitch in the Matrix.
See, there's a thumbs down. I was trying to get it to do something else. It does like rain.
I see like really serious people doing like presentations and the lasers will pop up.
What do you have to be on to use these?
Any Apple like product.
I use Apple.
There's the fireworks. See?
Oh yeah.
4th of July. Everybody have a good 4th of July.
Must have been the 4th of July. All right. Imagine next time we have a guest on and that just starts popping up. I'm gonna go, what in the hell? Do you feel like a Satanist? That's more like a rocker, I guess, like a heavy metal.
It's like
I just think that Tazo, he'll take anything a Satanist. Tazo, if you are listening, my God, what happened to you, man? Good Lord, freaking lost his mind.
Well, it's something in the Headyverse. They're all going crazy anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not all of them, but
no, not these fine folks here.
Yeah, they're
good. All upstanding citizens. Lexar's over there talking to his mats, and he's afraid that the CBS band is watching him backing off.
Have you ever had like a doll or something that you felt was like watching you? Like,
well, when I was a kid, I did always I really would know it wasn't, but it did always freak me out if I had like toys and the eyes were just looking at me. I always thought like they were, like I knew they weren't, but still was just weird to me. It was awful.
Yeah.
Is it you suffer from the uncanny valley? That's maybe that might be it.
I do have. I always had a lot of toys. I like action figures.
Yeah.
All right, I'm getting sleepy, and I got to get up. Well, it's not real early, but I gotta watch a movie to interview Eric Roberts tomorrow.
Hell yeah! Oh. That's pretty cool.
You should ask him about his sister. I'm sure he never hears about her.
Nah, don't do that. Ask him about Stalked by My Doctor.
Whoa.
Stalked by My Doctor. That's a pretty crazy film that he was
No.
in for a lifetime.
And I know it's Dynamite tomorrow, but I'm not doing Without Your Head because of 4th of July and Thursday. I'm doing it Wednesday night. So if you want to check out Wednesday night Without Your Head, it's going to be a big one. Lisa Wilcox and Danny Hassel from A Nightmare on Elm Street, Part 4 and 5 will be on the show together. So that's going to be very fun.
Oh, busy week in the Heavyverse. And
Yeah.
Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Yeah. Every day ahead of verse. Ah, yeah. All right. All right, folks. Let's get out of here.
You all there.
All
Peace,
right.
Goosey.
Yeah.
Both Fincher and I have hand-sewn hats.
Oh.
Good night. We'll talk to you soon. I'm trying to find the show to play. All right, here we go.
Andre the Giant. Andre was big. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was not small. No, no, no. Andre could drink and he could fight. Drink, drink, drink. And a fight, fight, fight. Andre was big. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was not small. No, no, no. Andre could drink and he could fight. Drink, drink, drink. And a fight, fight, fight. Andre the Giant. Andre was big. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was not small. No, no, no. Andre was great. He was not bad. A great big heart and a great big man. Andre was big. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was not small. No, no, no. Andre could drink and he could fight. Drink, drink, drink. And a fight, fight, fight. Andre the Giant.
From Grenoble, France.
USA! 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 USA!
Yeah, happy 4th of July.
Yeah, I know. Debate didn't fill me
I have a
with
million
a lot of
flags.
patriotism, but anyway, happy 4th of July, everybody. Coast is trying to get Tony Atlas excited, getting his foot in the canvas out there. But I think he's the wrong color for Tony. But we'll be back next week, guys. See you, everybody. Look at this, a very patriotic Bruce.
Yeah.
He's like covered
I'll
in
get my
flag.
toes out. Here's my toes.
Whoa.
This-
All right. I think you got the right color, but maybe the wrong gender for Tony. But
Yeah.
I actually thought the camera was in front of but I didn't calculate it well.
Are you holding the camera with your foot?
Yeah, I can do that. I can do that.
The toes over here. All right.
Yeah, I can use all my limbs.
I think.
I mean, I'd get my foot up here, but it's like, it's got a shoes on. It's not exciting.
I used to bite my toenails.
The knee, though, for Ludite. Ludite's getting excited and seeing some.
Bite my toenails.
Whoa! Jason Mitten can do that. Jason Mitten can suck his own toes.
Yeah, dude. I used to do that a lot until I got afflicted with that whole germs thing.
Yeah.
Now I don't do any of that.
So yeah, this is the break kayfabe. So that there's a photo of me, or a few photos of me and Jason in the hot tub, and it really looks like he's sucking my foot, but he's sucking his own foot.
Oh.
That's hot.
I think so. Do you find that? Do you find that hot, Ludite?
Nah, no.
I've seen
See if I have the. Let me.
No, I'll go with
find it quick.
In Truth or Dare once, like some girl like made me lick her toe.
Whoa, okay.
It was hot though.
And you're like, that's not really what I wanted to lick.
Yeah, it's kind of a punk rock girl, and she was wearing boots, and she was like kind of smelly.
Smelly.
Yeah, I made someone else go lick the neighbor's doorknob in an apartment complex in a college town. So I was like, lick the neighbor's doorknob, like lick
Ew.
around it.
Your neighbor said that's not my doorknob, but thanks.
It
It
was his
disgusting.
knob, but not the doorknob.
Yeah.
Disease.
I know. Imagine how many different people have touched that without it ever being clean, you know?
Well, that person lived, they built their immune system for the next 2 years.
Yeah, I know.
See, you got to look on the right side.
You guys ever put like
Always
Vaseline on the door?
right side of life.
Vaseline on the door.
Like
Never
on a
did that.
doorknob. Like you put it on a doorknob, so when people like grab it, they're like, "Oh,
You're lubing up the doorknob.
yeah, you put Vaseline on a doorknob."
You start
And you're like,
licking it,
"Oh," and then like, I'm gonna kill somebody.
That was not Vaseline. You were just really happy to see who was at the door.
Yeah, in this day and age, man, somebody might call biohazard.
I
They
can't
call
find
it-
can't find the foot photos, but that's me and Jason in the hot tub.
Ah, there you go.
Yeah. And can you believe Intra wasn't getting in the hot tub with us?
He said, "No, Jack, I'm not gonna do that."
Damn, he won't have no fun at all. Stick in the
Can't
mud.
be, can't be getting in the tub. Nope.
Damn. Bruce would have got in the tub with us.
Yeah, I would have.
Let's see. All right.
I'm allowed to
All right.
mention the people about the movie, right?
What was that?
Armin A, I'm allowed to mention it.
Yeah, of course.
My mom was like, "Can I mention it?" I'm like, "Okay, don't tell everybody because I don't know." Okay, I'll
Yeah,
tell it.
my boy here, Ludite Supreme, Johnny Cakes, is going to be working on the lyrics for the Arbor Day song.
Oh yeah.
It's a good man.
Nice.
There's a bunch. There's
What?
a bunch in there already. You need different
Yeah,
ones.
I'll look it over. I've been very busy, and I'll be busy for the next couple of days, but I'll be less busy starting Thursday.
I'm flexible. I just
You're a
took
good
time.
man. We appreciate it. Well, we won't be filming stuff for a while yet, but I appreciate it, and we will get everything together here.
Cool.
All right. Thank you, guys. We'll talk to you soon. Good night, everybody. Ha! Hibbida hooda ho ha ha.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey.